People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Check. All right.
Sports Treasures Plus. This is a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation. Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you People's State Bank and Grant Regional Health Center coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Baus Electric, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Bytech Incorporated, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Claire Bank, Donnie's Tire and Auto, Fuller's Milker Center, Gary's Pest Control, Community First Bank, Guy's Truck and Tractor Service, Hernson's Ace Hardware, Krantz Auto Parts, the Peterson Agency, the Raleigh Cheese House, Mound City Bank, the Russell Law Office, the Shoebox, Sloan Implement, Timmerman's Talents, Tricor Insurance, and Wolf Construction.
Good evening and welcome to Lancaster High School. It is week 3 of the high school football season in the state of Wisconsin, and conference play opens up on this very chilly Friday evening as the Lancaster Flying Arrows, the 2-0 Arrows, the number 5 ranked team, or the number 9th ranked team in Division 5, playing host to conference rival Richland Center, coming in with a 1-1 record on the season. This is our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on 97.7 Country, WGLR, WGLR.com, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Laley Center, Monroe. From the best seat in the house, AR's Furniture broadcast booth, I'm Tyler Dictanis, joined alongside RJ Osterhaus tonight, welcoming you to our Raleigh Cheese pregame show. And RJ, conference play opening up here this evening, and a pair of SWC conference foes going head-to-head. The rivalry's been in Lancaster's favor for quite a bit over the last, say, 2 decades, going back to the records that we were able to take a look at. But when you look at the matchup here, Lancaster 2-0, coming off a big win against Cuba City last week. Richland Center coming up a loss to Potosi-Cassville, but really gave Potosi-Cassville a run for their money last week.
Yeah, by the scoreboard, everything Potosi-Cassville could handle given to them by Richland Center, and it's a game of peaks and valleys, and sometimes those peaks last a long time. Look at the tale of two programs right here, really, for these two squads. You mentioned about 20 years ago, I think 18, we thought maybe we pinned it down when I think it was Brady Ewing's senior year when he was in that junior-senior class. The former Badger and Richland Center Hornet was the last time they got the better of Lancaster. So the Hornets, long overdue, and again, seem to be playing, at least on paper, some pretty inspired ball here in the early going.
Yeah, it's really interesting the way the conference is starting to shake out because there's 8 teams in the conference, but 5 of the programs have new head coaches, so you really don't know how things are going to shake out. It kind of feels like Lancaster might be in the front-running spot just because the previous 2 conference champions, Platteville and Prairie du Chien, new coaches coming into this year. Prairie du Chien doesn't have Blake Thierry and the big weapon that they have over there. Kind of curious to see how this shakes out, and for Lancaster, getting the wins that you think that you're supposed to get, very key if they want to come away with a conference title this year.
Yeah, early in the season, some of those wins, it can change the direction of your season. Lancaster like that 2-0, and you mentioned the coaching. A lot of these coaches that have been around for years and years and years, they're trying to get things, all right, we want to know what we have in week 1. We finally get to exhale and see what it looks like on the field in a game. Fine-tune things in week 2 and week 3, you kind of start humming and you get rolling. First-year coaching staff, you're trying to figure out sometimes what, as coaches, you want to do from an assistant coach standpoint, getting on the same page with your head coach, offense, defense, specials, bring all that together, while sometimes not just learning your team, but learning the players individually, too, if you're not a member of the school system, if you're not a school, if a teacher that's been in class with these kids. So a lot of learning each other, feeling each other out, the consistency in Lancaster's favor, you got to love that for the Arrows.
Yep, and for this matchup tonight, both Andrew Troxel and Jordan Rolland, not one of those 5 new head coaches in the conference this year. So it's very interesting to see how things lay out, and, for Richland Center, team kind of trending upward and, playing some quality opponents, getting themselves right. Should be a very interesting matchup here this evening. Looking forward to seeing how it all shakes out this evening. Coming up on our Rally Cheese pregame show, we'll talk with both head coaches. Had a chance to catch up with both Jordan Rolland and Andrew Troxel. Got to ask them about the players on the Russell office's injury report. If you've been injured, contact Russell offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLawWY.com. Also bringing the People's State Bank coin toss, our Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups, the Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, Dewey's Tire Repair, Turf, and Weather reports, and more as we close in on the kickoff between Richland Center and Lancaster. Our Rally Cheese pregame show is presented by Rally Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County.
Don't forget the cheese.
Back after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 1. Tricor Insurance works with leading insurance carriers like Auto Owners Insurance to provide honest and reliable service when you need it most.
For one, I want them to know that they're not alone. They know that no matter what happens when it comes up, that they can count on us to assist them through that process, whatever it may be.
Tricor and Auto Owners Insurance for your home, auto, and more. Visit TricorInsurance.com to find an agent near you.
Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton has unique team treasures. They have over 25,000 signed sports cards, plus autographed photos, bobbleheads, caps, signed baseballs, and more. That's Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton.
Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports on Queen Bee Radio is presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental, and by Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Check out our upcoming schedule at am1590wpvl.com.
Pregame 1.
Welcome back to the Rally Cheese pregame show on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Richland Center and Lancaster squaring off to open SWC play in Week 3 of the high school football season. And we are joined now by Richland Center head coach Andrew Troxel. Coach, thanks for joining us. Coming off a one-on-one start of the season so far, got the win against Viroqua in Week 1 and gave a very tough Potosi-Cassville team a run for their money in week number 2 last week. Talk about the team's performance to this point in the season, the things that you've liked and the growth that you've seen since the season began.
Yeah, I'm very pleased with kind of how we're trending at this point going into Week 3, especially with SWC play now this evening. Going back to kind of the scrimmage, we go to a pretty competitive scrimmage with Logan and Aquinas, and that's something we've done the last 3 years just because we recognize that we want to be ready. for conference play, and when that happens. So I think we fared pretty well with that, and that really prepared us as we went into that first game with Viroqua. Viroqua's kind of a struggling program, but at the same point, right, we want to make sure that our schemes are sound and our execution is there with that kind of stuff, but then we want to go and we want to see kind of where we're at. And so that's why we scheduled the Potosi-Cassville game. And that's a good, solid program. Mark does a phenomenal job down there with his guys. And so, it was a back and forth battle. And at the end of the day, in every statistical area, we won it except the one that matters, which was the win. And so for us going from game 2 into this game with Lancaster is we got to take care of the ball more. We had too many turnovers, and that was the key to that loss. So look for us to make sure that we have that sound and protect that ball offensively. And then defensively, I mean, we're going to go after the ball, whether it's on specials or defense or whatever, just to kind of force the turnovers.
Yeah, talk a little bit about the strengths on each side of the ball, offensively and defensively. What are some of the things that you're kind of leaning your hat on to be successful?
Yeah, we're a senior-heavy team this year. A lot of these kids, by necessity, had to play as sophomores, and so a lot of that experience is really what's putting ourselves in a position to have success, especially defensively. I thought our defense played very, very sound last week. I mean, we gave up 32 points, but with some of those turnovers and poor field position, I mean, they still battled and they fought. So you're going to see our 2 edges, Kaisen Switchtenberg and Liam Fingerson, they're going to be pretty tough to run against, and so when it comes to Lancaster, we know historically we got to prepare for the triple option. We know that inside zone is there as well, and they got a cannon, with their quarterback. So we got to make sure that our coverage is sound too. So Lancaster's a very, very good team, right? Okay, they're an explosive offense, and so defensively we got to play disciplined football. So look for edges to really cause some fits. Our D-line is coming on strong at this point. Our backers have historically been really, really good. And an area of weakness for us in years past has been our defensive secondary. And this is the year we have depth and we have athletes, right, at that level, and we have experience. So I would say defensively, that's where I think we're going to be really, really strong.
All right. Head coach Andrew Troxel with us on our Rally Cheese pregame show, getting ready for Richland Center at Lancaster. Russell Office's injury report. Talk about the team health heading into this matchup with the Arrows.
We're pretty healthy, and last week against Potosi-Cassville, that was a dogfight, and there's a lot of bumps and bruises, collected along the way, but, to come out of that matchup and be fairly healthy is always good. So going into conference play, we recognize that the level of intensity is going to go up, and so there's probably going to be some more bumps and bruises that happen. But I think we'll be okay.
All right, excellent. Then our Rosemeyer Wealth Management key to the game against the Arrows. Obviously, they're undefeated. They're ranked number 9 in the state in the latest Bound Wisconsin poll. Talk about what the Arrows bring to the table and what's going to be the points of emphasis that you're going to have with your team heading into this matchup.
Yeah, so we talked about that kind of defensively. We got to take care of the triple option and account for the fullback and where he's at, the quarterback, on the edge. Our defensive secondary is going to play solid, and not allow some big plays to happen. Special teams, Lancaster's always really, really disciplined with that. And so we recognize they do things that not everybody else does. And so we have been preparing in kind for that as well. And then offensively, what it's going to come down to for us is our ability to just kind of sustain drives. I think our offensive line is very experienced. We've got 4 seniors and a junior, all of which have 2 to 3 years of experience. So look for us to really kind of establish a run game early and often. And, we've got some weapons. We've got some key position players, whether that be Brady Dosh, who's putting up phenomenal numbers in the last 2 weeks, and then we've got receivers across the board, and with a kid like Jaden Shep too, I mean, he's got some athleticism right on the ground, but he also can strike from the air as well. He's proven that as well. So I would say just to make sure that we are consistent with our game plan, going out of and not deviating from that, throughout the whole game.
All right, should be a fun matchup. We're looking forward to seeing how it plays out. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun and good luck tonight.
All right, thanks, Tyler. Appreciate it.
If you got it, that's head coach Andrew Troxel of the Richland Center Hornets. We'll have more on the Rally Cheese pregame show after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pre-game 2.
Hi, this is Christine Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
Fuller's Milker Center and GIA have the management tools you need to keep your dairy's profitability at your fingertips 24 hours a day. From many choices of reliable electronic ID to effective time-saving sort gates to the state-of-the-art Dairy Plan C21, monitor and control your parlor systems as you manage your whole herd. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your GIA dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center for details on the latest ID systems and sort gates that can help your dairy's efficiency, putting you and your cows in the fast lane.
Pre-game 2.
Back in the Raleigh Cheese pregame show on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Richland Center and Lancaster squaring off to open conference play in the SWC. We're joined by Jordan Rolland, head coach of the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Coach, thanks for joining us. Congrats on the win again last week. A dominant win over Cuba City, 34-7. 2-0 start on the campaign. Took care of two opponents that your team saw in the postseason last year and have earned yourself the number 9 ranking in the latest Bound Wisconsin poll. Talk about the team's play last week against Cuba City and the improvements that your team made from game 1 to game 2.
Just kind of got a little more comfortable with everybody. As a play caller, got more comfortable of like what we're kind of gonna be this year. I think kids improved throughout the game. It's kind of a slow start. We were feeling them out a little bit, and then kind of got it rolling. That might be the case this year with this team. A little younger team. They might need to build confidence throughout the game. They might not have it right at the start. So we're trying to get over that and not spend so much time feeling teams out and just be ready to go right away. So that's one thing we're continuing to work on, but we did take a step from last week, just that confidence piece.
Yep, definitely. And what really stood out to us last week calling the game was how balanced the team was, able to mix, the passing game and the running game quite a bit. How comfortable have you been now being able to, call the plays? You mentioned, that you're more comfortable now than you were, but talk about the improvement that you've seen and, the buy-in, being able to diversify the offense, being able to spread the ball out.
Oh yeah, it's nice. I mean, Toy has a strong arm. He's very comfortable passing. He's still working on the read portion of the offense of the run game, and then also just on he still has some sophomore mistakes out there. I know the box score doesn't really show that, but there are a few plays that he's thrown to the wrong read or he kind of pre-snap. He just we got away with a few things. They were playing a little soft, and it wasn't quite the read that we wanted. But he's really progressing, so that he's kind of taking ownership of the offense. And then our skill kids, having 3 seniors that have been in the program for 4 years, they're doing a really nice job with Williams, Kaufman, and Wilson. They're doing a nice job blocking for each other and getting themselves open. And then it's really nice to have Hankey in the backfield to kind of get the offense going. When you have that, it allows you, they have to load the box to stop him, and then it makes the passing game a lot easier. So we need to stay balanced. That's the goal. I don't know if we'll throw 25 times in every game, but I think it's a plan to at least throw, 10 to 15 times to keep defenses honest.
Yep, and before we move on, we got to talk about that defense too, because that defense was pretty shut down, especially in the second half against Belleville, and really took care of business against Cuba City last week as well. Talk about the defensive play, because they've looked really outstanding, especially in the first 2 games.
Yeah, a lot of growth. I mean, I think our linebacking core, when they're all healthy, is going to be a strength of that defense. The front, the D-line's, it's a pretty young and experienced group. I know they're getting coached up really well this year, and they're making a lot of growth. But they're still going to have some, they'll have some bumps in the road, especially this week with the size that center brings in. It'll be a more challenging week up front. And then the secondary does have a lot of seniors again, and then Lucas Weber, who's a sophomore that played a lot as a freshman, had a great game last week. I think he led the team in tackles, and you could just see his confidence building as the as the game went on, and kind of the whole defense, early they had some chunk plays, and then I think their confidence really grew. And then Sticks does a great job. Coach Sticklestead does a great job with them, making adjustments, talking to them on the sideline, and they'll always get better as the game goes on, making adjustments and adjusting to what our personnel can do to give them, put them in spots to be successful. And we hope that continues all year.
All right, Jordan Rolland with us on our Rally Cheese pregame show, getting ready for Richland Center and Lancaster. Let's talk about the Russell office's injury report. We mentioned last week a number of players out due to injury. A lot of players got injured in that Belleville game. Talk about the injury front for the Arrows as we head into conference play tonight.
Yeah, it's about the same. I mean, we get Brady Muldoon back to, some capacity, but then Trayson, Brady McCartney, they both will be out, and a couple other kids have some little injuries that they'll play through, but they might be limited. But yeah, so we're still kind of trying. We're still in survival mode right now, so hopefully nothing else adds tonight.
All right, and then looking ahead to Richland Center tonight on our Rosemeyer Wealth Management Key to the Game. The Hornets coming in with a 1-1 record. They played Potosi-Cassville pretty tough in their matchup last week. They got their first win of the season in the opener against Viroqua. What stands out to you most about the Hornets, and what does Lancaster have to do tonight?
I mean, kind of a broken record. We have to establish a run and then kind of throw off of that. We got to get Hankey going and Toy going on the ground first. And then we have to stop their run. They probably have two of the most talented backs that we'll see. Their quarterback's extremely talented. Very, very dangerous outside the pocket. And then their back is probably one of the faster backs in the conference that we'll see. And he's having a great year so far. He's had a lot of success in the last 2 seasons. So we have to stop their run game, make them one-dimensional.
All right. Should be a fun game. Looking forward to it. Thanks so much for your time, Coach. Have some fun and good luck tonight.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. That's Jordan Rolland, head coach of the Lancaster Flying Arrows. And we'll have more on the Rally Cheese pregame show after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 1.
Show your school spirit with every swipe. People's State Bank offers debit cards featuring your local school's mascot. And now through September 30th, you can upgrade for 50% off. Even better, $5 from your card fee goes right back to your school. It's an easy way to support your team and look good doing it. Visit any People's State Bank location to upgrade your debit card today. Iowa sales tax may apply to fees and service charges. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
For the past 70 years, Grant Regional Health Center has been more than a hospital. We've been your neighbors, your caregivers, your support in life's biggest moments. From welcoming new life to standing strong in times of need, we've grown with you because of you. As we celebrate our 70th anniversary, we remain committed to our communities and what matters most, exceptional local care for you. Grant Regional Health Center, celebrating 70 years of caring for our communities.
In Game 1.
Back on the Rally Cheese pregame show on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We are closing in on the kickoff between Richland Center and Lancaster. Tyler Duktanis and RJ Osterhaus with you, broadcasting from the Ayers Furniture, best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. For what's sure to be the best seat in your house, be sure to visit Ayers Furniture and AyersFurniture.com. The Lancaster Marching Band set to take the field. We'll bring you the national anthem in just a little bit. The People's State Bank coin toss. RJ, I believe Lancaster won the toss, deferred, and Richland Center will receive, correct?
Yeah, kind of took my thunder. I guess I'll add that they'll be going from north to south when they receive.
Or left to right, as we see it from the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel and our Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. So we will set up the Fuller's Milker Center starting lineups. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's of Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. The starting offense for the Richland Center Hornets goes like this. In the backfield, starting quarterback, a junior number 2, Jaden Shep. Passing on the season, 11 of 22, 217 yards, 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. And on the ground, 17 carries for 130 yards and 3 touchdowns. Also in the backfield, 3 other backs. Number 28, Brady Dosh. Dosh, 37 carries, 379 yards and 5 touchdowns, 2 catches and 74 yards. Also in the backfield, number 26, Bretton Baker. 3 carries for 19 yards and receiving 2 catches for 66 yards and 1 receiving touchdown. At fullback, number 34, Tate Perkins. Perkins with 2 rushing attempts for 13 yards and 4 receptions for 34 yards on the campaign. The receiver, number 14, Kaisen Schwittenberg. And the tight end, number 24, Liam Fingerson, 2 catches for 18 yards. The line from left to right, 66, Isaac Gald. Number 64, Ethan Bindle. Number 56, Devin Harris. Number 76, Cruz Salazar. And number 54, Abe Bosworth. And they're going to be presenting the colors, so we'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back with the national anthem after this on our Rally Cheese pregame show on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 2.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors, combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
As your American Family Insurance agent in Lancaster, I'm looking out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Bradley Preer, agent at Bradley Preer Agency, LLC. Call me at 608-723-2990 and let's talk about your insurance needs today. Contact Bradley Preer, agent at Bradley Preer Agency, LLC at 608-723-2990 today.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
American Family Insurance.
In Game 2.
Lancaster Marching Band with tonight's national anthem as we close in on the kick between the Lancaster Flying Arrows and the Richland Center Hornets on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Tyler Dictanis and RJ Osterhaus with you from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. We set up the starters for the Richland Center offense. Let's get you the Flying Arrows defensive starters. Along the defensive line, number 69, Michael Kruel, number 55, Brady Lowinger, number 71, Wyatt McLean, and number 22, Declan Clark. We will also see number 4, Brady Muldoon back in the mix for the Arrows here this evening, as well as number 99, Austin Addison. The linebacking crew, number 70, Preston Clemens, number 0, Toy Raggets, and number 60, Jackson Seipel back in the starting lineup for the Arrows this week. And the defensive backs, number 1, Taylor Williams, number 3, Dane Kaufman, number 16, Brody Krubel, and the sophomore, number 13, Lucas Weber, in a defensive backfield mixed with all seniors except for Lucas Weber. Lucas Weber leading the team in tackles with 13 on the season. We'll also see Aiden Wilson rotate in on the defensive backfield as well. Those are the Fuller Smoker Center starting lineups for when Richland Center is on offense. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at FullerSmokerCenter.com. The Cuba City Family Dental colors of the game, brought to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Lancaster in their home blue jerseys with blue pants, yellow numbers. Lancaster written across the chest in yellow with their yellow helmets and the Arrow logo on the side of the helmets. Richland Center with black helmets, white jerseys, orange numbers, and orange pants. And to put it mildly, RJ, it is a broadcaster's dream to be able to see the numbers and a good aesthetic matchup between both teams here tonight.
Yeah, you talk about it. You say that 10 minutes before you say I can't see that because of the lighting or whatever, but I noticed it covering last week too. with the River Ridge broadcast in Fenimore. I don't know if there was something put down edict-wise or if the coaches have gotten a hint that players thinking that something that looks cool under black light or something in the middle of the dark moon. I don't know what was going on with uniforms for a while. But, yeah, this is a breath of fresh air from a broadcaster standpoint, probably for the officials too.
Yeah, but then our Dewey's Tire Repair turf and weather report. The field looks to be in excellent condition, and our temperature at kickoff, 56 degrees. Feels like 53 as the sun sets behind the stadium. We can see the shadows cast on the field, so it'll get cooler as the night goes along. But perfect evening for high school football in early September here in southwest Wisconsin. Our turf and weather report brought to you by Dewey's Tire Repair. For all of your farm, auto, and truck tire sales and service needs, the best place to take a leak, Dewey's Tire Repair in Platteville. Toy Raggett set to tee it up for the Arrows. He will kick from right to left, and back to return for Richland Center is number 26, Brenton Baker, and number 20, Duncan Harper. Two other games on our Queen Bee Radio family. Tonight we have Platteville at Prairie du Chien on X1071, and in the Swall, Belleville at Cuba City on Super Hits 106. And the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel will get updates on those games as well as other games across southwest Wisconsin on our Shoebox Scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. Toy Rats gives the signal as the Arrows are huddled right behind him. And now the near side official talking with Coach Jordan Rolland. So we got a bit of a delay to get things started.
It's not 7 o'clock yet. Maybe they're waiting for the top. We're seconds away.
There's the whistle. Now the Arrows fan out to their respective side of the football. Ball is teed up. Raggett set to put toe to leather. Here's the run up and the kick, and we are underway. End over end kick will take a bounce at the 20-yard line and still on the ground, but finally picked up, and a big time tackle by the Arrows. Number 18.
Yeah, Marshall Wiest in there and just shooting right down the middle, stayed in his spot, and I don't know why the Hornets let that ball roll.
Yeah, that could have been near disaster. That was close to having a Lancaster player coming away and potentially having the football, but the Hornets take possession at their own 20-yard line, 2 seconds gone by in the game. Knows the football just across the 20. We'll call it the 21-yard line. Jaden Chet brings his offense to the line of scrimmage. Two receivers to the right side, one back in the backfield. Two backs in the backfield, I should say, a wing back to the right side. And Shep out of the pistol. Shep, high snap, give inside, and bouncing it to the left side is Brenton Baker. Stiff arms one defender and then gets pushed out of bounds and gets close to the 40-yard line. Enough for a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down, 1st and 10 for Richland Center right out of the gate.
That was Dosh, I think. That's been our one problem is 26 and 28 look a lot alike out there.
Especially on the far side of the field.
Yep, I think pretty sure that was Brady Dosh getting the carry.
20, Harper on the carry.
Yeah, they say, what? They said Harper. I'm sure it wasn't Harper. I'm going to say it was Dosh or Baker. I'm going to go with Dosh.
Yeah. Dosh, the leading ball carrier, 37 attempts, 379 yards coming into the game as the football is across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
15-yard pickup, right?
1st and 10. Under center is Shep. And Shep gives to the deep back, and the back gets across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. I believe that was Dosh on the carry again, and Richland Center is starting to set the tone, rushing the football, getting some nice chunk yardage on the first two run plays.
I'm going to give him 5 on that one, too. So good start for Dosh in the front line for Richland Center, going outside and going middle as well.
Game tonight brought to you by Community First Bank. For the communities where you live, work, and play, experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. Football on the far side, hash mark at the 41-yard line, 2nd and 6, just under a minute gone by. Another pistol look for the Hornets. Shep gets a snap, gives inside, and runs into a wall of Arrows at the line of scrimmage. Surges forward for a gain of 1. As that was number 28, Brady Dosh on the carry again. Sets up 3rd and medium at about the 43-yard line.
Michael Krull on the stop for the Arrows.
Game tonight also brought to you by Rural Mutual Agents John Regetz and Deneen Dahl with Regetz and Dahl Insurance Group, tackling all of your farm, personal, business, and life insurance needs. Call them at their office in Lancaster. 3rd and 4, 10:30 to go. First quarter, no score. Fourth play of the game. Another pistol look, 3 backs in the backfield with Jaden Shep. Shep takes a snap, gives to Dosh, and Dosh bounces it to the left side. Gets away from one defender, but Preston Clemens there. Almost looked like he was going to throw a German suplex on there. RJ throws him back, sets up 4th and medium, and we'll see what Richland Center decides to do.
And was able to get that kind of angle where you might suspect that German suplex might be coming up next, because the flying arrow front line and linebackers floating in did such a great job of pushing that play out, pushing that play back, pushing it out. Great team defensive effort to force a 4th down situation for Richland Center.
Checkmark that. Only 4 plays for our first WWE reference in the game.
What was the betting line? Couldn't have been high.
Set to punt it away is number 24, Liam Fingerson, and back deep to return is Lucas Weber, and this is a nice punt as it takes a bounce at the 20-yard line and rolls towards the 15 and will be down to just before the 10. Nice punt by number 24, Liam Fingerson. And it will be 1st and 10 for the Arrows deep in their own territory with 9:26 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, so Richland Center, despite some good movement early in their first possession.
And it looks like we have a Pink's penalty flag on the far side of the field. Didn't see it.
I missed that. Yeah, it was in that ray of sunshine coming through the clouds or the shadows of the trees. So this thing's going to...
So Eddie races an outstanding punt, and obviously if it was on Richland Center, which it is, the Arrows want to make them punt it again to get better field position. So Liam Fingerson will punt it away again. Lucas Weber and Taylor Williams back deep to return for the Arrows. 2 returners this time. As this is more of a line drive punt, and Lucas Weber will call everybody off. And this rolls inside the 20-yard line. Another nice punt. And maybe a net loss of 2 yards after the punt there, as it's down at about the 14-yard line.
Flag again. Motion against the Hornets.
Wow.
So they'll be kicking this one again.
So they'll go all the way back to the other side of the field again to try and get this punt away on 4th down. 9:14 to go in the first quarter.
Lancaster's returners being coached from the sidelines and from the stands. People not happy about that ball being allowed to roll either. Well, you've seen a lot of great return men for the Arrows over the years, too, where you pick that thing up, run the other way, and come back up the field. Never forget some of the returns I saw watching this Lancaster team over the years.
Fingerson sent to punt it away for the 3rd time, and this punt gets away, and it will be fielded by Taylor Williams at the 30-yard line. Jukes away from one defender across the 40 towards the 50, knocked out of bounds just before the 50-yard line to about the 48. And that is a great return for the Arrows. Excellent field position for their first drive. 9:03 to go in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for the Arrows. Football will be spotted. They're going to bring it back to the other side of the 45 to about the 44.
It was Dosh pushing him out of bounds. 3rd time was the charm on the return attempt for the Arrows. They got the result they wanted after a couple of Hornet penalties, which set up Lancaster's first possession of the ball game.
Also up the Flores Mucker Center starters for the Lancaster offense after 1st and 10. At their own 44-yard line, far side hash mark, 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Nolan Hankey in a 3-point stance in the backfield. Brady Muldoon at tight end on the left side, and they give to Hankey, and Hankey drops his shoulder, moves towards the 50-yard line before the swarm of Hornets push him back to about the 49. Forward progress should give it to the 50-yard line and should be 2nd and 4 coming up. Nose of the football touching midfield.
Freshman safety Bronson Perkins met him first, held him up for the rest of his teammates to get there.
Starting lineup for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Quarterback number 0, Toy Raggets, the sophomore, 27 of 37 passing, 415 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. And on the ground, 27 carries, 145 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 2nd and 4, ball at midfield, right in the middle of the field. And Raggets gives inside again, and Hankey falls forward for a gain of about 2, maybe 3. Should be about 3rd and 2 coming up here.
Tripped up by Dosh in the middle, I think, again. Boy, he's calling his name a lot on both sides of the football.
The running back, Nolan Hankey, coming into the game, 40 attempts for 291 yards and 3 touchdowns, also 1 catch for 19 yards. And he's going to rotate in with the sophomore Lucas Weber, 7 carries for 34 yards. He'll sub in as Hankey's dealing with a knee injury. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Raggets under center. Brady Muldoon, the tight end, tight to the left side of the formation. Raggets ducks under center again. Raggets takes a snap. Rolls right, pitches out to Hankey. Hankey's got the first down to the 40-yard line. 35, still on his feet. Across the 30, to the 20. Still on his feet, inside the 10. And it will be 1st and goal for the Arrows. A stop in the Vitek green zone. We'll see where they spot the football, but a great run there by Nolan Hankey. Huge gain.
Did a good job getting to the first wave, and then did a good job weaving, keeping his shoulders square on the run, too. Kept his balance. And a nice first down run for the Arrows of 47 yards.
A Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down and a stop in the Vitek green zone, 1st and goal at the 5-yard line on the far side hash mark. They give to Hankey again. Hankey dropping his shoulder. 2 defenders still standing him up. And they're going to say he's short of the goal line, but just close. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 1. .650 to play in the first quarter. Play number 5 of this drive for the Arrows, opening drive of the game for Lancaster.
Hankey's done the work to this point. Give it to him again, right?
Yep, he's back in the backfield. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Hankey in a 3-point stance behind Raggets. Raggets takes a snap, gives to Hankey. Hankey surging forward. Did he cross the plane? The officials say no. It'll be 3rd and goal. And now the defensive line for Richland Center starting to stand tall here. Play number 6 coming up here. Mount City Bank, their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at mountcitybank.com. 3rd and goal, 6 minutes to play in the first quarter. Arrows on their first drive, play number 6. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Hankey behind Raggets. Hankey goes to his 3-point stance. And a miscommunication in the backfield as Raggets gets pushed back. And you've heard Coach Rolland talk about it in our pregame interview. There's been some confusion sometimes about the option, whether to keep it or not, and it backfires that time. And now it's 4th and goal. The Arrows are obviously going to go for it. 5:28 to play in the first quarter.
This is a subs.com sack.
We'll consider it that, yeah. Loss of 1.
Raggets gets the play. I think an audible or visual call. Point to the right bicep is the call. We'll see what that looks like X's and O's wise.
Yeah, 2 receivers stacked to the right, 1 receiver to the left. Raggets rolling to his right side. Did he cross the goal line? Yes, he did. That's a Northland Buildings touchdown for Toy Raggets. 4th rushing touchdown for Raggets on the season. Play number 7 cashes in for 6 points. 6-0 Arrows with exactly 5 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Drive by the Arrows. Richland Center showing a lot of heart defensively and down at the goal line. And again, when you played Potosi Castle and played them as well as Richland Center did, you're battle tested. And they showed some grit there, but they broke instead of just breaking. Broke instead of just bending.
Eddie Chapua set to kick the extra point. It's a rolled snap, and the kick is blocked, and the play is blown dead, so the extra point is no good. No point and flush extra point for the Arrows. And with 5 minutes to play in the first quarter, it's Lancaster 6, Richland Center nothing.
Duncan Harper on the block.
Way to break through and get the block. And we'll keep it here as we'll get the ensuing kickoff in just a moment. Getting our score 6-0 Lancaster on top of Richland Center. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by the Dental Office located in Lancaster. The Dental Office is a trusted name for high-quality family dental care, proud to be the preferred provider of dentistry in Lancaster. And by West End Salvage of Lancaster, see Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling, as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. And by Laley Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Laley Center Monroe. No updates on our shoebox scoreboard yet from some of the other games in Southwest Wisconsin. Some big ones going on as conference play begins, and it's a good start for the Arrows, 6-0 with 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. Toy Raggets teeing up the ball. Again, kicking from right to left, so Richland Center working from left to right as we see it from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, the best seat in the house. Great view, great setting, always fun calling games here at Lancaster High School. Now here's the kick, and it's actually Nettie Chapua kicking off now for the Arrows, and this will be returned across the 30 to the 40 before being taken down at about the 41-yard line. That is number 4, Bronson Perkins on the return. 1st and 10 for Richland Center on their own side of the field at the 41-yard line. Richland Center had a promising drive to begin their first drive, RJ, but then had to punt it away after 5 plays. An explosive run to begin by Brady Dosh, but then the Lancaster defense stood tall.
And Dosh, 3 carries, 22 yards so far, but nothing to show for it in the scoreboard.
Ball spotted right in the middle of the field at the 41, 1st and 10. One receiver split out to the right side, 2 backs in the backfield. Jaden Shep under center. Shep going to get back to Dosh. Dosh makes a nice cut at the line, surging forward, still on his feet across the 45 to the 46. Gain of 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 coming up for the Hornets.
Austin Addison tracks him down from behind, gets the stop.
Tonight's game brought to you by Southwest Health. They have over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. 6-0 Lancaster, 4:22 and counting in the first quarter. One receiver to the right, 2 backs in the backfield. Near side hash mark at the 46. Shep under center. Is back to Dosh, and Dosh is met in the backfield. Great tackle by the Lancaster defender. And that was number 69, Michael Krull, coming through. 5 tackles on the season coming in, and that is his 2nd tackle for loss. Sets up 3rd and long at the 44-yard line. Loss of 2.
Yeah, went to Dosh. Don't yet to see anybody else with a carry for the Hornets. Making that defense easy to key on him right now. Maybe expect something to change up on this play.
Everyone lined in tight on 3rd and 6. 2 backs in the backfield, a wing back to the left side. Shep fakes it inside, now rolling to his right, looking for someone downfield, but he's going to be chased out of bounds, tiptoeing the sideline. We'll see where he's knocked out of bounds.
I think he's got a fresh set of downs.
It appears so. Got across the 50-yard line, and he got the first down yardage by 1. Ball spotted at the 47-yard line in Lancaster territory. Another Sullivan Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty first down.
8-yard pickup on the first carry for Shep. Shoebox scoreboard update from Patch Grove. Blackhawk Warren leads River Ridge. 8-0, 2 minutes left in the first quarter.
That's a big one in the 6 Rivers to begin. 2 receivers lined up to the left side. A tight end to the right, and an I formation look for the Hornets this time on 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 47. Ball given to the deep back, and that's Dosh. And Dosh gets through the line, gets across the 45 to the 44. It'll be a gain of 3, maybe 4 yards, depending on the spot. 2nd and medium coming up for the Hornets.
At 60, Jackson Seifel.
Northland Buildings for a quality Northland building built tough of the Northland. Contact Joe Ryder, your local expert in quality Northland post-frame buildings. 2:47 to play in the first quarter. Lancaster 6, Richland Center nothing. Richland Center in their 2nd possession. This is play number 5 of this drive. That matches the length of the drive to begin the game. Wing back to the left side. 2 backs in the backfield for Jaden Shep out of the pistol. And Shep gives to Dosh. Dosh trying to bounce it to the left side. Gets past one defender across the 40. Gets knocked out of bounds near the 30-yard line on the far side of the field. That is a first down. Sullivan Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty first down. Stops the clock with 2:24 to go in the first quarter. And boy, Dosh, the workhorse for the Hornets so far in this game.
Yeah, Lucas Weber pushed him far to the outside, eventually getting him to that sideline. But he was the only man left to beat. Pickup of 13 on the play.
Ball spotted on the far side hash mark at the 31-yard line. 1st and 10. On the run by Dosh. Now Bronson Perkins, the deep back for the Hornets. And Perkins will get the carry on 1st and 10. Makes a nice jump cut at the line. Still on his feet before being tackled by Lucas Weber. Boy, the last man there to save the touchdown for Lancaster as the ball is spotted at the 20-yard line. The Hornets are officially in the Bitech green zone, a greener way. Bitech Resource Management of Monroe, gain of 11.
Yeah, went to Perkins, and nobody on defense was looking for that.
It was a nice counter play, made a nice jump cut at the line, and Lucas Weber, the last one to make the tackle for the Arrows. Play number 7 of this drive coming up here for the Hornets. Jaden Shep out of the pistol. A back to each side and another back right behind him, and that's Dosh, and he gets the carry, and Cruel again coming in to make the tackle for the Arrows. Another tackle for loss, I believe. I don't think he got back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and long. With 90 seconds to go in the first quarter, Lancaster trying to hold on to the 6-0 lead.
They gave him the line. That's generous.
I don't know what happened, but Cruel just came out of nowhere and made the tackle. Knows the football still touching the 20-yard line. Yeah, forward progress gave him right back to the line.
Always seems to be the defender that the offense should be accounting for, because he's been a problem for Richland Center.
Early candidate for our West End Salvage scrapper of the game.
That's what was on my mind. Yep.
Jaden Shep out of the pistol, back to his left and to his back as Dosh will get it on a toss and trying to break away from one defender, shakes off another, tiptoeing the sideline across the 10, being knocked out of bounds. That is enough for a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down, 1st and goal for Richland Center with 40 seconds to go in the quarter. Lancaster leading 6-0.
A shifty run. Shades of Barry Sanders out there.
Yeah, my goodness.
Back and forth. That was beautiful.
Kind of a joystick kind of run where if I'm playing someone online on Madden, that might be something where I end up throwing the controller or something.
A little rage quit.
Say the football's at the 8-yard line, so 1st and goal after the gain of 12 for Dosh is, boy, he's showing why he's the workhorse back. He's getting the job done. One receiver to the right side. Dosh in the backfield. Shep lines up under center. 46 seconds left to go in the quarter. Shep takes a snap. He's going to roll to his right on a bootleg, and one defender to beat, and he beats him to the end zone. Touchdown, Richland Center. Jaden Shep, with his 4th rushing touchdown of the season, puts Richland Center on the board. We are tied at 6 with 40 seconds to play in the first quarter.
Heavy dose of Dosh throughout this drive, and the last led to both the big pickup by Perkins and the touchdown by Shep on this drive, and now we're even up pending the points after attempt.
Number 24, Liam Fingerson, will kick the extra point. He's 6 of 8 on extra point attempts on the season. Jaden Shep will hold, and the long snapper's number 66, Isaac Gald. Shep goes down to a knee for the point and flush extra point attempt. Snap is down, hold is good, kick is up and through the uprights and good. So Northland Buildings touchdown and a point and flush extra point gives Richland Center the lead. Richland Center 7, Lancaster 6. We'll take a timeout and we'll come back with the ensuing kickoff. After this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 3.
Like any business, success in dairying is often determined by who you know rather than what you know. That's why it's good to know the pros at Fuller's, your Gia dealer. Fuller's is your source for the hygiene brand of products, as well as other dairy hygiene products. Make your operation more efficient and profitable, and get the most out of your dairy herd by partnering with the experts at Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your local Gia dealer in Lancaster, Richland Center, and Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com.
Hello, Dr. Matt here from Cuba City Family Dental. Something we take pride in is having 3 state-of-the-art facilities in Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington. Our investment in the latest technology and innovative services allows us to provide top-notch dental care to our area families. Take control of your oral health and make an appointment with our team, and let's make your smile the best it can be. Contact Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental now, and let's start this journey together. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
In Game 3.
Good heads-up play by number 26, Sawyer Hollander, on the kickoff. It was a short kickoff. Wasn't expecting to see the ball, but caught it on the run, moving backwards. And Lancaster has the football in their own territory at the 36-yard line with 38 seconds to go in the first quarter. Richland Center 7, Lancaster 6. Toy Raggets under center, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Raggets pump fakes, now throws it to the far side of the field, and it is just out of the reach of his intended receiver, number 11, Aiden Wilson. 2nd and 10 coming up for Lancaster. They bit hard on the pump fake, and ball just a tad short out of the reach of Aiden Wilson.
Just like a good shot fake in basketball. You see the defender rise up and take a swipe and way out of the play. Had his man open, and they just could not hook up. Everything looked good until it was not completed.
Community First Bank, for in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. 2nd and 10 for the Arrows on the near side hash mark. 2 receivers to the right side. That's Wilson and Kaufman. Taylor Williams, the receiver, to the left side. Nolan Hankey back in the backfield for the Arrows again. Raggets going to pitch it out to Hankey on the right side, looking for some room. Has a couple blockers. Gets across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. Gain of about 4 sets up 3rd and 6, and we'll see if the Arrows do decide to run one more play if we're going to take this to the second quarter. And it looks like the Arrows are content with letting the clock bleed out, and that will be the end of the first quarter. Through 1, it's Richland Center 7, Lancaster 6, the second quarter. Coming up next on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 4.
Show your school spirit with every swipe. People's State Bank offers debit cards featuring your local school's mascot. And now through September 30th, you can upgrade for 50% off. Even better, $5 from your card fee goes right back to your school. It's an easy way to support your team and look good doing it. Visit any People's State Bank location to upgrade your debit card today. Iowa sales tax may apply to fees and service charges. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
When you need additional time to recover and regain your strength following a hospital stay, Grant Regional Health Center's Swing Bed program can be the help you need. Our dedicated team provides individualized skilled nursing care, physical and occupational therapy, in addition to support from respiratory, pharmacy, nutrition, and social services. Together, we can shorten the distance between healing and home. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
In Game 4.
Start of the second quarter, 7-6. Richland Center leading the Lancaster Flying Arrows. The Arrows in possession of the football on 3rd and 6. Quick pass to the far side. It is caught by Taylor Williams at the 45-yard line, across the sideline, and knocked out of bounds near the 50-yard line. A Selvin Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty first down for the Arrows to extend the drive. 1st and 10 as the football is in Lancaster territory at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, nice passing catch to Williams in space on the far side. Trips receivers near side here, the wide side of the field for Lancaster.
Nolan Hankey in the backfield. Brady Muldoon, the tight end, tight to the left side of the formation. They give inside to Hankey, and Hankey bursts his way across the 50. It's tackled just shy of the 45. Forward progress should give him the 46-yard line, and that is where they spot the football. Nice run there by Nolan Hankey. 2nd and 5 coming up for the Arrows. Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 2nd and 5 for the Arrows. 3 receivers to the right side again. And the option keeper for Toy Raggets and gets through the second level, ball on the turf, but I believe they're going to say he's down. Across the 30-yard line, and they do move the sticks. It's another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down as the football is at the 29-yard line. Nice run by Raggets, but ball security still a concern for the Arrows, RJ.
Yeah, 17-yard pickup. You got to take care of it. A nice run, but you got to finish it.
$10:53 to play in the second quarter, 7-6. Richland Center on top of Lancaster. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Raggets, quick pass to the far side, caught by Taylor Williams. Nice jumping catch at the 25-yard line. Another shifty move, gets it across the 20-yard line, and another stop in the Bitech green zone for the Arrows. As play number 7 coming up for the Arrows with 10:38 to play in the second quarter, 7-6. Richland Center on top.
It'll be the 13, the 18.
Gain of 11 on the last play. Three receivers to the right. Nolan Hankey still in the backfield for the Arrows. Raggets under center. Raggets dropping back to pass, looking right, gets hit as he thrown, and it's going to be incomplete, but a penalty flag in the backfield, and I wonder if this is going to be roughing the passer.
Yeah,
hold against the Arrows. But that was a big-time hit that Toy Raggets took on the throw.
Holden Grove was there and gave him what he had to give.
So the Pinks penalty will move the Arrows back. We were talking off air, RJ, about Toy Raggets being one of those rodeo kids, and there's a certain level of physical and mental fortitude that you have to be in something like that. I don't think taking big hits like that, yeah, they hurt, but not anywhere near as some of the other hits that you'd be taking on the rodeo scene. Loss of 10 on the Pinks penalty sets up 1st and 20 at the Richland Center 28-yard line. Three receivers to the right side. Raggets takes a snap, runs into two defenders on the edge, and another flag comes in as a swarm of Hornets throw Raggets back.
Yeah, that was face mask seen by everyone.
Coach Jordan Rolland not happy on the Lancaster sideline.
Face mask penalty against the Hornets.
So a loss of 10 on the Pinks penalty on the last play. Now a face mask penalty puts the Arrows 5 yards closer. As it is first down with 10 minutes to go in the second quarter, 7-6. Richland Center on top. This is play number 8 of this drive. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Muldoon, the tight end, tight to the left side of the formation. Quick pass to the near side to Dane Kaufman. Tiptoeing the sideline, gets knocked out of bounds inside the 20-yard line to the 18. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Should be 2nd and 10 for the Arrows with 9:42 to go in the second quarter. Game tonight brought to you by Rural Mutual Agents John Raggets and Deneen Dahl with Raggets & Dahl Insurance Group, tackling all of your farm, personal, business, and life insurance needs. Call them at their office in Lancaster. Arrows with the football on the near side hash mark. Two receivers to the right, one to the left. Nolan Hankey behind Raggets. Raggets fakes to him, now looking for someone to pass to, and gets the pass away, but there is a Pinks penalty flag, and now a big-time hit after the play.
That play was blown dead before it got going, and then a big hit afterwards. That was Devin Harris, the senior, who took Raggets down. And the officials sorting out how badly this is going to hurt the Hornets, I think. First motion against the Arrows.
And sportsmanlike conduct. Now, one was pre-snap, one was after, but it results in a first down for the Arrows. It's an automatic first down on the unsportsmanlike penalty. And it does move the football inside the 10 to the 8.
First down, Arrows.
First and goal with 9:39 to play in the second quarter. 7-6. Richland Center on top, but the Arrows threatening play number 9 of the drive. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Hankey in his 3-point stance behind Toy Raggets. Raggets with the snap, fakes inside, tries to break away, but a great defensive stand. I believe that was that number 2, Jaden Shepp on the tackle?
That's the only number I didn't see in there, but I'm not saying you're wrong. There's one number that I didn't see. But it's a subs.com sack of Raggets.
It's either him or number 8, James McGowan. But as RJ said, a subs.com sack. As it feels like if anytime Raggets keeps the ball and he turns around, there's a defender right there to make a hit.
Gave him the line of scrimmage on that.
So I guess unofficially no gain. 3 receivers bunched tight to the right side of the formation. Raggets rolling right, tosses it towards the back corner of the end zone, and the ball is tipped out of bounds and out of play. Pass intended for Dane Kaufman. Great defense. I believe that was Brenton Baker, the free safety, making the deflection. And that sets up 3rd and goal for the Arrows at the 8-yard line.
It was Baker back there in the corner, and I'm not sure that ball was catchable, but if it was, Baker made sure it wasn't.
Right. Big 3rd down for the Arrows coming up here, trailing by 1 with 8:26 to go in the second quarter. The Arrows break the huddle. Aiden Wilson wide to the left side. Kaufman, Williams, and Muldoon all bunched tight to the right side of the formation. Raggets fade pass far side looking for Wilson, and the pass is broken up and incomplete. Great defense there by the Hornets on the far side of the field. I believe that was Duncan Harper breaking that play up, and it's 4th down for Lancaster.
Now Raggets looking over, getting the play call from the coaching staff. They've given them what they'd like to communicate, and Lancaster set for 4th and 8.
4th and goal from the 8-yard line. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Muldoon tight to the left side of the formation. Raggets under center. Raggets dropping back to pass, looking right. Fires the pass to the far side. It is caught over the shoulder, and they're going to say incomplete.
Out of the back of the end zone, and the receiver out there pleading his case to the official. And
man, oh man,
yeah, Kaufman
that is
had
tough.
a nice catch to reel it in, but didn't have the positioning on the back line. The official was right there on the call, right there with a good look at it.
So the Hornets will take over deep in their own territory at their own 8-yard line with 8:17 to go, leading 7-6, and an 11-play drive for the Arrows stalls. Man, that is a tough break for the Arrows.
Well, give Richland Center some credit for bucking up here defensively, taking care of their business, creating havoc in the backfield, and doing a great job in the defensive backfield this possession as well.
Yep, Arrows are on the move, and then back to back to back. Pink's penalties disrupted the drive, and now the Hornets taking over at their own 8-yard line. 3 backs in the backfield with Jaden Shepp, and a timeout taken by Richland Center before the snap. Again, 8:17 to play in the second quarter. Richland Center 7, Lancaster 6.
Shoebox scoreboard update from Dirt Sheet Brooks and Patch Grove. River Ridge and Blackhawk Warren tied at 8 with 5 minutes left in the first half.
Good one there in the 6 Rivers, and we also have
end of the first quarter, Fenimore leading Southwestern East Dubuque 7-0.
Interesting score there. Our game tonight also brought to you by Mount City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to see equity in your home to do the things you want. Step into Mount City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountCityBank.com.
Thanks to Bob Mittendorf, our correspondent at Hazel Green.
Game tonight also brought to you by Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. And by Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. 1st and 10 for Richland Center as the sun has officially set. Friday night lights are on, and it's 7-6. Richland Center on top, 1st and 10 at their own 8-yard line. Jaden Shep with the snap. Rolls right and then passes backward, and it is picked off and brought back. Is he in the end zone?
Jackson Seipel.
Jackson Seipel with the pick, but there is a Pinks penalty flag on the Lancaster sideline. Let's see what this is about. And they say
Touchdown.
It's a Northland Buildings touchdown. Jackson Seipel with the Lancaster Dental and Fenimore Smiles turnover brings it back across the goal line, and just like that, Lancaster back on top, 12-7 with 8:11 to play in the second quarter. What a play by Jackson Seipel.
Linebacker's dream and create your own, right? And great job in pursuit. Definitely an offensive lineman's dream. That's what he does on the other side.
My goodness.
Other side of the football.
Eddie Chapua set to kick. Or no, they're going to bring the Lancaster offense out for the 2-point attempt. One receiver to each side, a toss to Kaufman. Kaufman looking for the double pass, trying to shake away from 2 defenders, but he gets tackled in the backfield. It's big number 24, Liam Fingerson. Denies Dane Kaufman a forward pass attempt, and the 2-point conversion is no good. The score remains Lancaster 12, Richland Center 7 with 8:11 to play until halftime.
Yeah, quite an early runner for a turning point there. A lot of ball game left, though, but definitely a plot twist.
Well, it did feel like Richland Center was going to have the momentum after turning the arrows away, and then just like that, a pick six in the backfield leading to an instant touchdown for Jackson Seipel. Our game tonight brought to you by Claire Bank with their 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin. Proud to support our community events. Claire Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. By Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Maine and Platteville. See Herms's for the perfect paint for your next project. Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. Also by Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialists. The pros at Brian's gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. Eddie Chapua set to kick it away for the Arrows. Bretton Baker and Duncan Harper set to return for the Hornets. And the kick is a liner that's fielded at about the 30-yard line, and the big man bringing it across the 40, across the 45-yard line, and good field position for the Hornets.
Holden Grove. Getting it and going. He's not doing anything inconspicuously out there with the football. The Hornets take over at their own 46-yard line, wide side, the far side of the field. As they move from right to left.
Jaden Shep bringing the offense to the line of scrimmage. 2 backs in the backfield with him, 1 receiver out to the right side. Shep with the snap, and a give to Dosh, and Dosh with some room along the near sideline, across the 50, across the 40, to the 30, the 20, the 10, the end zone, touchdown, Richland Center. However, a Pinks penalty flag, take the points off the board, holding against the Hornets. A big Pinks penalty.
54-yard Northland Buildings touchdown erased on that one. The flag was over here right in front of the Lancaster sideline, so if there's any saving grace, I guess it was near where the play turned. I don't know how far past the play was when the flag was thrown. May have been why that running lane was so wide open down the near sideline.
No kidding.
Shoebox scoreboard update from Prairie to Sheen. The Platteville Hillman leading 21-7. Time unknown in that one. We're guessing late quarter number 2. They started early in that one. Of course, our crew had some trouble getting on the air, so double whammy there. But they're on now over on Extreme 107.1, next1071.com.
First down again for the Hornets at their own 45-yard line as a give to Dash. No, a keeper for Shep. Shep looking towards the near sideline, gets knocked out of bounds near midfield. They're going to say he was tackled in bounds as the clock continues to wind. It'll be second down for the Hornets as a timeout now taken because of a Pigs penalty flag in the defensive secondary.
Well, it was a 5-yard pickup for Shep.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the arrows. So add 15 more, and that will put the football at the Lancaster 35-yard line. 12-7 the score. Lancaster on top. Richland Center on the drive with 7:40 to play until halftime. Unofficially the third play of the drive. Game brought to you by McNett Electric in Belmont. They can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. Also our halftime report sponsor as well. 3 receivers lined up to the right side, 1 to the left for the Hornets. 1 back in the backfield with Jaden Shep out of the pistol. Shep takes a snap, rolling right. Now looking back left. And he's going to toss it over the middle, and the pass is caught by Fingerson inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line where he goes out of bounds. Another stop in the Bitech green zone for the Hornets with 6:58 to play in the second quarter. 12-7, Lancaster on top, but the Hornets are threatening.
Nice job. Great protection by his front line and his back. Did a nice job sealing off the backside. Rolled back to his left, threw to Fingerson on the run, and a nice pass and catch to move the chains for the Hornets.
Breckler Insurance Group for all of your insurance needs. See Steve Landusky at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 90 years. First and 10 for the Hornets. Another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down for the Hornets. Dosh the deep back out of the eye. And they give to Dosh. Gets through the line, through the middle, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Richland Center.
No flags that time.
Dosh with his first rushing touchdown of this game. Rushing touchdown number 6 for him on the season. And the Hornets take a 1-point lead, 13-12 with 6:20 to play until halftime.
18 yards gives them 71 so far on 10 carries by my count. We're late second quarter still. Closer to mid-second quarter.
Now Liam Fingerson set to kick the extra point. Snap is down, kick is up, end over end. Through the uprights. And good for a point and flush. Extra point. 6:20 to play in the second quarter. Or hang on. We have a false start against the Hornets. So they're going to kick the extra point, yeah. Huh?
Shoebox scoreboard update. Cuba City and Belleville. Belleville, end of one quarter, leading 6-3.
That game over on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Fingerson will try the extra point again. He's 1 for 1 tonight. 6 of 8 coming into the game. So 7 of 9. Snap is down, kick is up, and that is wide right. No good. So the penalty moves him back, and an extra point missed makes the score 13-12. Richland Center on top of Lancaster, 6:20 to play until halftime. Back after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 5.
I'm here with Kyle Wiskus from Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Kyle, it seems like hybrids are dominating the roads, but there aren't many charging locations in Dubuque.
Agreed. Luckily, Toyota hybrids don't require plug-in charging. The Toyota hybrid system is built to charge while the vehicle is being driven, so there's no need for plug-in charging.
What about the battery life? Should people be worried about its longevity?
Not at all. Toyota has sold over 5 million hybrids in the last 25 years. Plus, their battery warranty covers you for 10 years or 150,000 miles.
How does regular maintenance on a hybrid compare to a gas model?
Toyota hybrid vehicles require the same maintenance as gas-powered models and oftentimes even less. For example, the hybrid model's regenerative braking charges the battery even while slowing down the vehicle, increasing the life of the vehicle's brake pads.
Wow, it seems like there are a lot of benefits in choosing a hybrid Toyota. Visit Anderson Weber in Dubuque to learn more and take a test drive today.
In Game 5.
A Pink's penalty flag on the Lancaster kickoff return, so we'll see where the arrows are set up. The return only got out to maybe the 15-yard line, and it is a penalty against Richland Center.
My chuckle coming back because, of course, there was a penalty on the play. Hornets might have, that might be unsportsmanlike on an over-aggressive tackle.
Yeah, the original signal was personal foul.
Yep. Some of that stuff's a little subjective in the eyes of the official. I don't know if you got to take a man down, take him down. Take him down too softly, he might not go.
6:13 to play in the second quarter. 1st and 10 for the Arrows, now trailing 13-12. On our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football, presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Tyler Dictanis and RJ Osterhaus from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. The best seat in the house. 2 receivers to each side of the formation. Raggets under center. Nolan Hankey the back. And they give inside to Hankey, and Hankey turns his legs, gets it across the 25 to about the 26, maybe 27, depending on forward progress. Called a gain of 3. They put the football, gave him a little bit more yardage than that to the 28-yard line. Game tonight brought to you by Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty. If you have livestock, farmland, or buildings to sell, call Daryl Krapp. Visit BigIron.com to learn more. Second down, quick pass to the near side. That one is caught by Dane Kaufman. Nice cut and able to bring it out to the 35-yard line, and that is enough for a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. Five and a half minutes to go till halftime.
Raggets now 4 of 6 passing in the ball game for 34 yards.
Hayden Wilson and Taylor Williams lined up to the left side. And Dane Kaufman and number 88, A.J. Wiedenbeck, now in the game for the Arrows. And a give inside to Hankey, and Hankey taking defenders with him across the 35 all the way to the 40-yard line. Might have fallen forward for another yard. And they say he is down at the 41-yard line, gain of 6 on the play. 2nd and 4 coming up. Rosemeyer Wealth Management will design a plan specific for your retirement goals. The experts at Rosemeyer Management will answer all your questions, even if you don't know what questions to ask. Check out their website at rosemeyermg.com. Same 4 wide receiver set, 2 to each side. On 2nd and 5, and a give inside to Hankey, and Hankey gets across the line, stood up by multiple defenders, leading the charge. On the tackle is Holden Grob, I should say, the junior. And a gain of a couple yards. Football is at the 44-yard line. Sets up 3rd and about 3. They have to get across the 46 for a first down. 2 receivers to each side of the formation again. Raggets under center. Fakes inside, now trying to bounce it to the right side, and there's nowhere to go.
He got a good spot and had good push with the football, and he's getting a generous spot on the near side. They're going to give him a first down, I think.
It is right at the first down marker. And they do move the sticks. Wow.
It was close, but I didn't think it was a slam dunk, Tyler. I did not think it was a slam dunk.
But the officials say that's good enough for a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. 3:26 to play and counting. 13-12. Richland Center on top of the arrows. 2 receivers stacked to the right side, 1 out wide to the left. Right gets under center, goes with a hard count. 2 defenders go in the neutral zone, but they reset. Right gets resets the play. Takes the snap. Rolling right, has a blocker, gets across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Nice run there by Raggets. Should be a gain of 5, sets up 2nd and 5 as we are under 3 minutes to play until halftime. Westmac Automotive in Lancaster, whether it's Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford, you can count on over 50 years of trusted hometown service because at Les Mac, you always get more from less. Another 4 wide receiver set for the Arrows. Ray gets under center. Quick pass to the left side through the fingers of number 1, Taylor Williams, out of the slot on the left side. Pass was just a bit high, and the incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 5 with 2:24 to go. It's our McNett halftime report.
Yeah, not a bad pass at all, just through the hands of Williams on that one. Had to rise to get it, but I think that was kind of the idea where he was at. Would have been near first down, so first down with a couple of steps forward. Instead, 3rd and 5 for the Arrows.
3rd and 5 at the 49-yard line in Richland Center territory. Regas dropping back to pass. Tried to pass it left, but had to tuck and dive forward, and he does get positive yardage on the play. He stopped just shy of the 45-yard line. There's the football touching the 45, and a timeout is taken by Richland Center. That's their 2nd of the half. They have 1 remaining. Lancaster with all 3 if they need it, with 2:10 remaining until halftime, 13-12. Richland Center on top.
And they backed that football up another yard, I think. 2 yards to get the first, so 4th and 2 at the 47 of Richland Center and 2:10 to go first half. I'm a go for it guy, but we'll see how the Arrows elect to play it.
Game tonight brought to you by TriStar Palace of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. Beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Give Ginger and the gang a call. TriStar Palace of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. And by Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, their guided upland bird and waterfowl hunts with friends and family will create memories that'll last forever. Make your best shot with Point and Flush Sportsman's Club in Potosi. And by Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, and refishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. The Arrows do line up to go for it on 4th and 3 at the Richland Center 46. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Raggets under center, Hankey in the backfield. And Raggets stands up, and the officials start to play a Pink's penalty flag on the far side and a false start for Lancaster.
And now probably punting time for the Arrows. Shoebox scoreboard update from Patch Grove. They've gotten to halftime. Black Hawk Warren leading River Ridge 16-14.
Another tight ball game there. And of course, next week we'll have River Ridge taking on Potosi Cassville on X1071 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Looking forward to that matchup. That's always a fun rivalry game, and Lancaster will spend one of their 3 timeouts. Again, 2:10 remaining until halftime. Tonight's game brought to you by Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best. See Rob Krantz of the crew for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best in Fenimore. Millie's Diner in Dickeyville, where everything is homemade. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Check out their menu and daily specials on Facebook. Now by Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at sloans.com. Bouse Electric, call Brad Adrian and Josh Busher at Bouse Electric, Lancaster, and Fenimore. Lancaster Dental Associates and Fenimore Smiles. Get the smile you want and the health you deserve. Learn more at lancdent.com. Arrows with 2 timeouts remaining. Richland Center with 1. 13-12. Richland Center on top of Lancaster. 2:10 remaining, and the Arrows are lining up to go for it on 4th and 7 at their own 48-yard line. 2 receivers to each side. Reagan drops back to pass, looking for Williams again over the middle, through his fingertips and incomplete. Lancaster turns it over on downs, and now the Hornets have it with 2:06 to go in Lancaster territory and a 1-point lead.
Well, not the worst thing that could happen, but not a desired result either for the Arrows, as they'll play defense now and try to keep the deficit at 1 going into halftime. A beautiful night for football here in Lancaster. 55 degrees, clear.
Almost the ideal night for high school football in Southwest Wisconsin. Nothing like it.
One of the ideal places to be, too. Storied tradition here at Lancaster High School.
A conference game, conference rivalry between these two teams. Jaden Shep comes out of the pistol, 1 receiver to each side. Wingbacks on each side of the formation as well. Shep takes a snap, drops back to pass. Rush coming, throws a pass over the middle, and the pass is juggled. And are they saying that's a catch?
Yeah.
They say it's a catch.
That was Brenton Baker hauling it in. What a catch.
It looked like the pass was deflected for a moment, but he was able to pull the ball in. We couldn't see if he actually had the clean catch or not, but the official right there says that's good enough for East Sullivan Auctioneers. Big Iron Realty, first down. Football just shy of the 20-yard line at the 23. Nice gain and nice play by Richland Center. Minute 42 and counting until halftime. Richland Center trying to add on to their 13-12 lead. 1 back to each side and another back behind Jaden Shep. And Shep going to take the direct snap. Cuts away from 1 defender, still on his feet, gets across the 20 and stopped just shy of the 15-yard line. The Hornets are in the Bitech green zone. A minute 20 as the clock continues to run. They have 1 timeout in their back pocket if they need it. Looks like it's at the 16-yard line on the far side hash mark. Minute 5 and counting. Everyone tight at the line of scrimmage. Jaden Shep under center. Shep fakes, rolling left, looking downfield, fires a pass, and just over his intended receiver, incomplete. Looks like that was number 26. Brenton Baker, the intended receiver, had the right idea, got some separation, but the pass sailed over him, incomplete. 3rd and 5 with 51 seconds to go until the halftime break.
The aggression on this drive for Richland Center. Got to have the lead, a chance to add to it, be aggressive in Lancaster territory. 51 seconds to work with the clock stopped after the incompletion.
Sups.com, fuel your fitness journey with a wide selection of products from a locally owned company. Visit their Fenimore, Dubuque, and Platteville locations and at sups.com. 3rd and 5, far side hash mark. 51 seconds to go until halftime. Richland Center with a 1-point lead. Jaden Shep under center. Fakes inside, runs into his own teammate, and he is tackled down at the ankles. And I believe that was number 22, Declan Clark.
Yeah, it was.
Declan Clark making the shoestring tackle, and the clock is still going. 37 seconds left. It is 4th down. And Richland Center is going to go for it, but they're going to take as much time with them as they can. Or they might spend that timeout here. So we are under 10 seconds. And timeout is called with 3 seconds left in the half. And maybe with Liam Fingerson, you try a field goal. He's got the leg. I just don't know about the accuracy. But we'll see what they decide to do.
They certainly have their options here in good field position. 97.7 Country WGLR, Lancaster, Dubuque, Galena, online at WGLR.com.
Stream on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Lely Center Monroe.
Kind of a long first half, but really hasn't felt that way.
The first quarter seemed like it flew by. The second quarter has taken quite a bit of time, a lot of action. A few Pinks penalties.
A few. You keep an official tally on
those? A few. I haven't. I lost track of the tally, honestly. Richland Center just burned their third timeout, and they say there's 2.5 seconds left on the clock. And it looks like they will go for the field goal attempt. As Jaden Shep will spot it about the 24-yard line, so this will be a 34-yard field goal attempt for Liam Fingerson. No field goal listed stat-wise for him, so this will be his first attempt of the season. Shep with the snap. Here's the kick, and it is blocked. No, Shep is keeping it and throws it to Fingerson on the left side. And a great heads-up tackle there for the Arrows. Brody Krubel saving extra yardage and a potential touchdown. And we go to halftime with the score, 13-12. Richland Center on top of the Lancaster Flying Arrows conference opener in the SWC. Game tonight brought to you by People's State Bank. For personal, home, business, and ag loans, visit one of their area convenient locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with our McNett Electric halftime report. We'll pick out our Millie's Diner halftime fix, check in on the shoebox scoreboard, and tell you what we have coming up in our high school coverage coming up over the next week. The McNett Electric halftime report coming your way after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR FM Lancaster, and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Halftime, 3 minutes.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can easily find the right home insurance for you, even if it's not with Progressive. But if you don't choose us, then sure, okay, it's not going to work out. We're not going to cry about it or stay awake wondering what our future together would have looked like. We can't get emotionally invested even if it sounds like we are. Progressive's Home Quote Explorer allows you to easily compare home insurance rates and coverages in one place, even if it's not with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. I love you. I shouldn't have said that.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
From top to bottom, inside and out, Midwest Roofing and Construction has you covered. Need a new roof or siding? Call the pros. Looking for energy-efficient spray foam insulation? Midwest Roofing and Construction does that too. See them for new construction, pole sheds, and decks. One call does it all. For quality local service and a free estimate, call Midwest Roofing and Construction at 1-800-551-8251. That's 1-800-551-8251. Or visit MidwestRoofingPros.com.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Pair your next workwear purchase with a little green this week at Fleet Farm. Get a $20 gift card when you buy $100 worth of Dickies clothing and accessories. You can also get a $20 gift card with $100 worth of Ariat Rebar workwear. Plus, save 20% on all cat footwear. In-store only. Stop in and check out all Fleet Farm's new fall apparel. All at the best prices guaranteed. And shop even more weekly deals at FleetFarm.com.
Southwest Tech is excited to announce a new precision agronomy program designed to equip students with cutting-edge skills in agricultural technology, crop management, and data-driven decision-making. This innovative program combines classroom instruction with hands-on experience on their newly acquired 80 acres of cropland. Graduates of the precision agronomy program have a variety of career paths within Wisconsin's robust ag sector. Don't wait. Take the next step today. Learn more and apply for the precision agronomy program now at swtc.edu.
Halftime 3 minutes.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Laley Center, Monroe. Tyler Dictanis and RJ Osterhaus broadcasting from the Ayers Furniture Best Seat in the House in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. We are at halftime, and our halftime score 13-12. Richland Center leading the number 9 ranked team in Division 5. Lancaster Flying Arrows. This is our McNett Electric halftime report. For all your electrical needs, call McNett Electric in Belmont. Recapping the scoring in the first half. Richland Center began with the football, punted it away after 5 plays, and then Lancaster got on the board first, capping off a 7-play drive with a 2-yard touchdown run for Toy Raggets. The extra point was missed. We were at 6-0 with 4:54 to go in the first quarter. Richland Center would then answer with a 9-play drive, resulting in an 8-yard touchdown run for quarterback Jaden Shep. The extra point was good. Richland Center took the lead 7-6, and that was our score through one quarter. Lancaster would go on a drive that would bridge the first and second quarters, 11-play drive, but they turned the ball over at the 8-yard line in Richland Center territory. The very next play, Richland Center went for a pass, and it resulted in a pick six in the backfield by Jackson Seipel. Gave the Arrows the lead after the 2-point conversion was no good, 12-7, with 8:05 to play in the second quarter. Richland Center would answer with a 4-play drive and an 18-yard touchdown run for number 28, Brady Dosh. The extra point was missed, making it 13-12. Lancaster would go on an 8-play drive, turn it over on downs, and Richland Center would go on a drive that would stall at the Lancaster 16-yard line before the halftime break. And RJ, kind of a weird first half, a little bit of everything. We saw a fast start kind of for both teams, but then the defenses started standing tall. A number of Pinks penalties disrupted drives and momentum, and while there's certainly things that you like, there's also some things that definitely need to be cleaned up heading into the second half.
Talk about Chermilli's Diner halftime fixes, and it could be the same answer for both teams.
Right.
If you can get your penalties corralled, you're in good shape. For Lancaster, that's a better offensive discipline. For Richland Center, and I hate to do it, reeling the aggressiveness a little bit because the personal fouls they've had out there, but they're aggressive plays, and that's why I like them. And some of that stuff is we can't hear what's being said down there.
Right.
But some of that's official's interpretation. Was that tackle too hard? Was it not? I don't know. I thought I saw some good aggressive plays. I thought maybe, again, from where we sit, I thought maybe a little too itchy with the trigger finger on the penalties. But the team that can clean those up seems to have a definite advantage in the second half.
Yeah, the Pinks penalties have eliminated a number of big plays and scoring plays for both teams here tonight. So penalties definitely something to keep an eye on it, and something that we haven't really talked about. We alluded to it during our pregame show. It's been 18 years since Richland Center has beaten Lancaster, and they have a 1-point lead on the Arrows. Arrows ranked number 9 in the state in D5. You really want to get your feet under you and really start off with a statement to open up conference play.
Yeah, it's big for both teams. And I don't know if after 18 years, sometimes do the kids in the program know. Again, Richland Center's had some down years. These seniors have been playing since they were sophomores, a lot of them. So they're experienced out there, and it's another team they want to beat, and they feel like they got the experience to do it. That's kind of the bright side of the down years, is those kids being baptism by fire when you get into the varsity level for football. For Lancaster, it's the proud tradition. You've been dominant, and you want to remain dominant, and that's certainly, they might think about that a little bit more than Richland Center does. I don't think maybe the Richland Center kids realize it's been 18 years, but Lancaster certainly recognizes that dominance. They have that reputable program that they want to keep rolling, and there's definitely some pride there.
Yep, definitely. And we'll see what adjustments are made heading into the second half. We just talked about our Millie's Diner halftime fix, brought to you by Millie's Diner in Dickeyville. Stop in and see what they're fixing for you. Game tonight also brought to you by Gary's Pest Control in Dickeyville. Gary's Pest Control salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control with over 40 years of professional friendly service. By Pink's Automotive in Lancaster and Good News Garage in Platteville. They have certified technicians, equipment, and experience to keep your vehicle in top running condition. We'll take a timeout, and we'll come back with some halftime stats and another check on the shoebox scoreboard. And we'll get you the second half coming up as well, as it's a 13-12 lead for Richland Center on top of the Lancaster Flying Arrows. The McNett Electric halftime report continues after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 6.
Show your school spirit with every swipe. People's State Bank offers debit cards featuring your local school's mascot. And now through September 30th, you can upgrade for 50% off. Even better, $5 from your card fee goes right back to your school. It's an easy way to support your team and look good doing it. Visit any People's State Bank location to upgrade your debit card today. Iowa sales tax may apply to fees and service charges. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Buying a mattress can seem overwhelming. How soft should you go, or how firm? How much support do you need? All great questions and all tough to figure out without the right guidance. Hi, I'm Jeremy Culbertson, and I've been building and selling mattresses with Dubuque Mattress for over 10 years, and with our guidance, we take all the stress out of mattress shopping. We guarantee you will love your Dubuque mattress, or we'll change it for you until you do.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In Game 6.
Back on the McNett Electric halftime report on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. 13-12, Richland Center on top of the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Tyler Dictanis and RJ Osterhaus with you from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. The best seat in the house this evening. And let's do a quick check on the shoebox scoreboard presented by the Shoebox in Black Earth, the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest. This score just coming in 28-14. Platteville on top of Prairie du Chien at the half. So the Hillmen off to a good start. That game over on X1071 and X1071.com. Also at the half on Super Hits 106 in the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Belleville on top of Cuba City 19-10. Late second quarter, Fenimore 27, Southwestern East Dubuque nothing. And at the half, Blackhawk Warren leading River Ridge 16-14.
Eyes on MLB as well. The Cubs won earlier today, 11-5, as they try to chip into the Brewers' lead in the Central and in all of baseball. The Brewers, as of the moment, taking care of their business in Pittsburgh. It's 4-2. Brewers are running around one out in the top of the ninth. The Pirates hot coming off a sweep of the Dodgers, for crying out loud. So that's your Brewers-Cubs update for the moment.
And also because the NFL tries to take over stuff on Friday nights, the LA Chargers leading the Kansas City Chiefs 10-3 at the 2-minute warning in the first half. But again, our halftime score here, 13-12. Also, score just coming in, Ithaca on top of Hillsborough at the half, 14-7. Scenic Bluffs score on our shoebox scoreboard coming in tonight as well.
No truth to the rumor. Ithaca has rebranded themselves Ithaca Tech School. There was a mispronunciation. There was a typo in the group chat. Yep. And sometimes that leads to interesting things.
Yep.
Our numbers here tonight.
Let's check them out.
For Richland Center, Jaden Shep passing. These numbers unofficial because I haven't done this role in a while on a broadcast. He is 2 for 3 for 45 yards. His completions to Fingerson for 17 yards and to Baker for 28 yards. Rushing in the game, Brady Dosh leading the charge. He's got 71 carries on 10 yards and an 18-yard touchdown included in that line for Dosh. Tate Perkins a carry for 11 yards and 5 carries for 42 yards for the quarterback, Shep. For the Flying Arrows, Toya Raggets, 34 yards on 4 of 8 passing in the contest. His completions, a pair to Taylor Williams for 20 yards total and a pair to Dane Kaufman for 14 yards total. Rushing, leading the way, 10 carries, 78 yards for Nolan Hankey, and 8 carries, 34 yards for Toy Raggets. Again, those are your unofficial numbers. Those are your numbers. Here during our halftime report.
All right, awesome. Thank you, RJ, for those. And while we wait for the second half to get underway, we'll tell you that our broadcast is brought to you by Lancaster Auto Body in Lancaster, specializing in top-quality collision repair, leaving your vehicle looking as good as new. Lancaster Auto Body, where they say we meet by accident. See them at LancasterAutoBodyLLC.com. And we will spend another timeout ourselves as we close in on the second half. Lancaster set to receive the second half kickoff, trailing 13-12 to SWC rival Richland Center. This has been the McNett Electric Halftime Report. For all of your electrical needs, call McNett Electric in Belmont. Second half coming up next on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 7.
Hello, Amy here from Cuba City Family Dental. Part of our dedication to excellence in the dental services we offer are same-day crowns. Instead of return visits to our office, we can diagnose and fix your tooth in one day at any of our 3 convenient locations. Call us when you are in need and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Avercamp Auto Body in Platteville is a proud sponsor of 97.7 Country WGLR's Farm Calendar. Email your egg events to Bob Mittendorf at WGLR.com. The Farm Calendar airs weekdays at 6:35 a.m. This message is brought to you by Avercamp Auto Body in Platteville, celebrating 11 years in business. Our experienced staff will keep your vehicle in top condition. We use top quality parts to provide a high quality repair and quick turnaround time, bringing your new car, older car, foreign or domestic vehicle to Avercamp Auto Body in Platteville today.
In Game 7.
Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Laley Center, Monroe. Tyler Dictanis and RJ Osterhouse with you from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Our game tonight brought to you by McNett Electric in Belmont. They can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. Also by Breckler Insurance Group. For all of your insurance needs, see Steve Landusky at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years.
Steve announced his Powerball winning plans on X earlier today. I saw. You have yours?
I didn't get mine. I probably should before.
Your ticket or your plans?
Both.
I'd see it. You got to play to win. I never play unless it gets something stupid like this. So, I don't know. Is that like the guy that shows up to bowling with the lousy average and ticks everybody else off when he has a halfway decent game? So I guess that's me too. No, I don't know. Might be. It could be life changing, but is it really what you want?
No doubt about that. That's a lot of dough.
That's Powerball, is that right?
Yeah, Powerball, yeah. Yep, looking ahead on our Queen Bee Radio Sports schedule.
His plans, by the way, included a multi-sport complex for Fenimore.
Oh, I did see that on X earlier.
See, you had some social media time, too. Yeah,
I did see that. Yep, I did see that.
Yeah, follow I Am Long Ball. You got to give him the follow.
Yeah, definitely. One of the better follows in Southwest Wisconsin, especially in the high school sports scene. Coming up on Tuesday night volleyball, we have Schulzberg at Belmont on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And then our games next Friday night, Lancaster heads to Platteville. We'll have that game on 97.7 Country WGLR. The Big Six Rivers rivalry matchup between River Ridge and Potosi-Cassville will be on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cuba City at Mineral Point on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And oh, by the way, next Saturday, Boscobel at Blackhawk Warren on X1071 and possibly the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, technology permitting.
Be getting ready for that at the lily pad this week.
Saw the construction on that and looking like a really nice facility.
Yeah, I got to coach
basketball.
on their new baseball field over the summer. They worked out some issues there. It's nice, real nice.
Back for the Arrows, Juan Williams.
Arrows set to receive the second half kickoff. Back to return is Lucas Weber and Nolan Hankey. And kicking off is number 24, Liam Fingerson for Richland Center. 13-12 to score. Richland Center on top. See if the Arrows can get something going to begin half number 2. Fingerson gives the signal. And the second half is underway. End-over-end kick will be fielded on the far side of the field at the 15-yard line. This one brought back across the 20 to the 25 and stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. That was number 2,
Brady Schmitz.
Brady Schmitz on the return. Setting up Lancaster with nice field position. As they say he is downed at the 28-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Lancaster Flying Arrows. Lancaster scored on their first offensive series, a 7-play drive, resulting in a 2-yard touchdown run for Toy Raggets. And then scored on a pick 6 by Jackson Seipel. 3 receivers bunched to the right side. Tight end tight to the left side, and a give to Nolan Hankey right away across the 30, across the 40, dropping the shoulder across the 45 and stopped at the 48-yard line. A big-time run by Nolan Hankey, gain of 20 on the play, but a Pink's penalty flag.
These officials must have a great lead on dining options after
My
the game here in
goodness.
the Lancaster area. And there are some great places to go to, mind you. But boy, they're not afraid to let the yellow fly here tonight.
So a Pink's penalty flag erases a 20-yard run by Nolan Hankey as Heroes wanted to go back to the ground game. It's worked out quite well, especially with Nolan Hankey. But the football back inside the 30-yard line at about the 26.
Yeah, he had just improved on 8 yards of carry before the penalty, and now we'll blow things dead again. It's the football off kilter. There's got to be more than that.
So after the Pink's penalty, it is 1st and 12. Looks like there's an equipment issue with Taylor Williams as number 88.
A.J. Wiedenbeck's in, yep.
Yep. Lined up with 2 other receivers wide to the left side. And another give inside to Hankey. Hankey gets across the line, across the 30, far side of the field. 35 still on his feet. And a swarm of Hornets bring him down to the ground at about the 37-yard line. And that is about a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and about 4 to go. On the far side hash mark, 2nd and 3, says the shoebox scoreboard here at Lancaster High School. 2 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Nolan Hankey again in the backfield, 3-point stance. Raggets under center. Raggets takes a snap. Now brings it across the line of scrimmage, runs into 3 or 4 Hornets, but has enough for a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down across the 40-yard line to about the 42. 1st and 10 for the Arrows. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line. Game brought to you by Laley Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Laley Center Monroe. Also by West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Cranston, the West End Salvage team for recycling, as well as construction demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, tight end tight to the right side of the formation. Raggets under center. Gives to Hankey. Hankey drops his shoulder, crosses the line, and gets to the 45-yard line. Gain of about 4, maybe 5, depending on how much forward progress they give him. It will be 2nd and 4. Football touching the 45-yard line.
3-yard pickup, 2nd, 7. They didn't give him much at all. I think they were right.
Yeah, they got the spot correct. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Raggets under center on 2nd and 7. Another give inside to Hankey, and Hankey dropping his shoulder again and gets to the 50-yard line. Gain of at least 5 there. Sets up 3rd and 2. Nose of the football touching midfield. Game also brought to you by Southwest Health with over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists. So you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. 3rd and 2 for the Arrows. 9:03 to go in the third quarter, 13-12. Richland Center in the lead. 2 receivers to each side, and another give inside to Hankey. And Hankey stonewalled at the line, but he might have enough forward progress to move the sticks.
Gonna spot him.
It is right at it from this angle. Now they move it back.
There have been some curious spots in this game, in my opinion, but I guess I'm here to opine, right?
Looked like it was close to the first down, now about half a yard short. So it's 4th and half a yard for the first down. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Raggets takes a snap, drops his shoulder, moves forward. Does he have enough?
I don't think he got a great spot.
The far side officials say it's first down, Hornets. And now whistles all over the place.
The officials are going to get together on which spot they want to use, huh? The far side official signaled first down Richland Center. Near side official says, wait a minute here.
And now they say
first down Arrows. Boy, that's rough.
That's tough. Yeah, I didn't think the spot on the previous play was all that correct, and
it's not an easy job those guys have.
Right.
We're thankful they do it.
So this is play number 7 of the first drive of the second half. 13-12, Richland Center on top, and another give to Hankey after the Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down, and a swarm of Hornets make the tackle in the backfield, but a Pink's penalty flag on the far side of the field.
They'll stop the clock with 7:53 to go here in the third. Holding against the Arrows.
Holding against the Arrows.
So another Pink's penalty flag, and a penalty that the Arrows have to overcome as they start piling it up. Brings the football back to the Lancaster side at the 44-yard line. The dental office located in Lancaster. The dental office is a trusted name for high-quality family dental care, proud to be the preferred provider of dentistry in Lancaster. 3 receivers tight to the right side, 1 to the left. On 1st and 18, as Raggets fakes, now rolls right, fires a pass to the far side of the field, looking on the wheel route. Pass is caught by Hankey across the 30 and out of bounds at the 28-yard line.
28-yard hookup.
Great reaction by Hankey on the far side of the field. He was double covered, able to pull the pass in and stay in bounds and move the sticks for the Arrows, and they bring the football back to the 35-yard line. I thought he was further than that. 3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Raggets under center. Bounces it to the right side, gets through the first wave and stopped at the 30-yard line, but a Pink's penalty flag in the backfield. And it's another hold on Lancaster.
Holding against the Arrows.
Well, I wouldn't call the Millie's Diner halftime fixed just yet.
Definitely not. The officials move the football back to the 46. 10-yard Pink's penalty.
The Arrows go to the air here again. Maybe.
1st and 20. 3 receivers wide to the right side. Tight end Krubel tight to the left. Raggets dropping back to pass. He's going to fire over the middle. Aiden Wilson is wide open downfield. Pulls it in and gets tackled from behind. stopped just short of the goal line. Great design by the Arrows, and they are in the Bitech green zone and on the verge of scoring, as Aiden Wilson a little slow to get up after the play.
Wonderful catch. I got the wind knocked out of him, it looks like.
Yeah, I think he fell on the football as he got tackled from behind.
Down to the 45-yard.
Looks like the down marker's just inside the 5 at about the 3.
So 42-yard pass and catch.
6:45 left in the third quarter, 13-12. Richland Center on top of Lancaster, but the Arrows in the Bitech green zone and about 3 yards away from the goal line. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Raggett's under center. Give it ahead to Hankey, and Hankey crosses the plane. He is in for a Northland Buildings touchdown.
And reaches the 100-yard rushing mark on the 3-yard touchdown run. Puts the Arrows back on top.
3-yard touchdown run for Nolan Hankey. First rushing touchdown of the game. And number 4 for him on the season. Arrows on top, 18-13 with 6:26 left in the third quarter. Nine-play drive, taking about 5.5 minutes off the clock. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. On the 2-point conversion, and a quick bullet pass to Dane Kaufman, and he gets it across the goal line for 2. And the Arrows up by 7. 20-13. Lancaster on top of Richland Center with 6:26 to play in the third quarter.
Big drive there for Lancaster. Where this game is going with penalties and such, and teams getting in their own way, you never know, and you might have seen the last best drive of the ball game.
I believe at least 2, I think maybe 3 holding penalties Lancaster had to overcome on that drive alone. And they put up 8 points on the board and take a 7-point lead, 20-13.
Each next possession is always a candidate for that Les Mack drive of the game.
Yep, a number of tri-core turning point possibilities yet to come. Our game tonight brought to you by Community First Bank. For you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank, cfbank.com. Member FDIC. And by Rural Mutual Agents, John Regetz and Deneen Dahl with Regetz & Dahl Insurance Group, tackling all of your farm, personal, business, and life insurance needs. Call them at their office in Lancaster. Nettie Chapua has it teed up for Lancaster. Back deep to return for Richland Center. Bretton Baker and Duncan Harper, number 26 and number 20, respectively. Chapua gets it. It's a nice end-over-end kick. We fielded inside the 15-yard line. This will be brought out along the near sideline to the 30, and not much after that. Maybe the 31. 1st and 10 for Richland Center. 6:20 to go in the third.
Marshall Wiest among the Arrows there to bring down the returner. Richland Center's come out aggressively. Look at these rosters. 34 on the roster for Richland Center, which is still pretty small. But boy, some quality experience on that roster, and you love the aggression you see. Lancaster about 50 on their roster.
Jaden Shep, the quarterback, a junior, but his second year starting for Richland Center, as he's got 2 backs in the backfield with him on 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line on the near side hash mark. Jaden Shep, low snap, but a give inside, and the ball carrier gets across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. So I believe it was Dash on the carry, I think.
They only give him 4. Yep.
Dash brings it out to the 35, gain of 4, as RJ said. Tonight's game also brought to you by Mound City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop into Mound City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MoundCityBank.com. 2nd and 6, 5:35 remaining in the third quarter. 20-13. Lancaster leading Richland Center. Jaden Shep under center for the Hornets. Takes a snap, gives off to the backfield. Dosh trying to bounce it outside. Has some room momentarily, but gets chased down from behind near the 40-yard line. And
Brody
Krubel on the tackle on the far side of the field. Gain of 4 on that play sets up 3rd and about 2, maybe 3. So they have to get across the 42-yard line for Sullivan Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty. First down, under 5 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Yeah, they're calling it 3rd and 3, you're right.
3rd and 3, you're right. Far side of the field. 3 backs in the backfield. Jaden Shep with the direct snap and burrows his way across the first down marker. And the official on the far side does say move the sticks. 1st and 10 for Richland Center. 4:42 remaining in the 3rd. 20-13. Lancaster in the lead.
Needed 3, got 6. Brady Muldoon on the stop for the Arrows.
All spotted on the 44-yard line on the far side hash mark. Northland Buildings for a quality Northland building. Built tough for the Northland. Contact Joe Ryder, your local expert in quality Northland post frame buildings. 4:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for Richland Center. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Jaden Shep out of the pistol. Shep fakes to Dosh, now trying to bounce it to the left side. And another block on the near side. Tackled out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Lancaster wants a flag. None thrown.
Well, there must have been no offense.
Yeah, it looks like a block in the back from this angle is number 14. Kaisen Schwittenberg took a Lancaster player face mask down. Might have been a potential block in the back, but the official doesn't see it, and it is 1st and 10.
16-yard pickup for Shep into Arrows territory with 3:56 and the clock stopped with the out of bounds here in the 3rd quarter. 20-13 is the Lancaster lead. Richland Center trying to claim it back on the very next possession.
5th play of the drive coming up for Richland Center. Jaden Shep under center, 3 backs in the backfield. High formation look. And a play fake rolling right is Shep, and he fires a rainbow pass to the far side of the field, and it is caught at the 20-yard line. And a great tackle by Krubel to prevent any further damage. A stop in the Bitech green zone for Richland Center. 1st and 10 at about the 18-yard line.
Yeah, Baker reeled it in. Krubel the stop.
Bretton Baker, the running back, having a nice game receiving. For Richland Center.
24-yard pickup there. Shep hasn't passed off, and he's 3 of 4, though he's been effective.
Under 3:20 to go in the 3rd quarter. 20-13, Lancaster on top. Jaden Shep out of the pistol. 3 backs in the backfield with him.
Flag.
Bounces it to the left side. Another Pink's penalty flag as Shep gets out of the reach of Toy Raggets, avoiding quarterback-on-quarterback crime. And another Pink's penalty flag from the Lancaster sideline. So we'll see what the Pink's penalty flags will result in.
In the area of holding, I think. No, motion against center.
And a hold against center.
Sloppy football here tonight from execution standpoint. Win or lose, all kinds of things to work on in practice
definitely.
next week.
Well, it certainly felt like for Lancaster last week, Coach Scott Tolson and I were talking quite a bit about how Lancaster had been cleaning up the penalties because that's been an Achilles heel for them the past couple seasons, especially early on. And this go-around, it's been on the Richland Center side, but definitely penalties something that will need to be addressed by both teams with these conference games now underway. So 1st down for Richland Center after the Pinks penalty, and a great tackle in the backfield by number 22, Declan Clark, coming off the edge Another tackle for loss for Lancaster. He's having a nice game on that edge as well.
Perkins got the handoff, and I think they give him the line of scrimmage just about. So, nope, they're going to say he lost a yard in the play. The official moved the football right after I spoke,
exactly.
is what Tyler's laughing at.
As you probably saw on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, too, ball was spotted where we thought it was, and right as RJ said where it was, the official moved it back.
No good deed goes unpunished. The theme continues in broadcast, kids. 2:22 and ticking third quarter, 20-13, Lancaster leading Richland center and center on the drive.
Two receivers right, one to the left. Jaden Shep out of the pistol. Dosh in the backfield with him. Snap to Shep, rolling right, being chased by Clark, and throws a rainbow pass to the far side of the field. It is caught by Fingerson in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Richland center.
27-yard touchdown pass. What a play.
Liam Fingerson with his first touchdown reception of the season. But
is there a flag out there? I don't see any flags, do you?
Is there a Pink's penalty flag?
There's
yes, there is on the far
down
side.
By the far side.
And they say the touchdown is good, but an unsportsmanlike penalty against Richland center.
They like that score a little too much, I guess.
So Liam Fingerson with his first touchdown reception of the season, Jaden Shep's third touchdown pass of the season, makes it a 1-point game, 20-19 on the Northland Buildings touchdown, and a point and flush extra point coming up.
It's like the penalty will be assessed here on the points after.
Yeah, they're going to move the football back even further.
With the personal fouls, you get 2 personal fouls, you're out of the game, right? Are they keeping track of numbers here? Because it seems like they've handed out a lot of those tonight.
Of course, the officials aren't mic'd up, so we can't hear what number it is the penalty's on, but this makes a 35-yard point after touchdown attempt for Liam Fingerson, who just caught the touchdown pass. Snap is down, kick is blocked at the line. So the point flush extra point is no good. And the score remains Lancaster 20, Richland Center 19 with 2:01 to play in the third quarter. We'll take a timeout. We'll come back with the ensuing kickoff on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 8.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors, combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
It's the final weeks for Ice Dinosaurs, the lost world of the Alaskan Arctic at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium. See 16 animatronic Arctic-dwelling dinosaurs and real touchable fossils that have never been on display until now. You can even take home the Ice Dinosaurs experience with commemorative books, plush, and apparel from the limited edition Dino Store. But hurry, this exhibit goes extinct September 14th. Learn more at rivermuseum.org. Ice Dinosaurs is produced by Imagine and supported by the Iowa Economic Development Authority and Queen Bee Radio.
In game 8.
Lancaster brings the kickoff back to their own 27-yard line on the far side of the field. 1st and 10 for the Arrows with 1:55 remaining in the third quarter. Lancaster 20, Richland Center 19 on our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. 3 receivers to the right side. Nolan Hankey back behind Toy Raggets on 1st and 10. Raggets takes the snap, gives inside to Hankey. Hankey gets across the line, cuts to the right side, and gets gang tackled at the 30-yard line after a gain of 3, maybe 4 if they give him forward progress to the 31.
We'll make sure they don't. We'll sit it down twice before we are sure about that.
Both teams scoring touchdowns on their first drives of the second half. Lancaster getting a 2-point conversion, which gives them the 1-point edge. After the halftime score was 13-12. Advantage Richland Center. 2nd and 7, and a Pinks penalty flag blows the play dead. And another one against Lancaster. Actually, no, it's against Richland Center offsides. Thought it was false start.
Shoebox scoreboard update from Prairie du Chien. Platteville and Prairie tied 28-all in the third quarter.
Game tonight brought to you by Anderson Weber Toyota Dubuque, powering our audio stream. Anderson Weber Toyota, when you are ready. And by Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. 2nd and 3 after the Pinks penalty, and another give inside to Hankey, but Hankey has nowhere to go. Tried to bounce it to the left side, but there were 3 Hornets there to make the tackle, and it's going to be 3rd and short for Lancaster as the Arrows try to keep the offensive momentum going on their side as big number 24.
Oh, they gave him the 2.
They did give him forward progress, I guess, so that is a Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down for the Arrows.
Shoebox scoreboard from Patch Grove. Blackhawk Warren leading River Ridge 22-14. 4 minutes to go in the third quarter there. Closing seconds of the third quarter here.
See if the Arrows do get one more play in. As Raggets takes a snap, tried to bounce it to the right side, might have gotten a gain of 1. He's stopped at about the 38-yard line. And we are through 3 quarters here at Lancaster High School. And our score, Lancaster 20, Richland Center 19. We'll bring you the fourth quarter after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 9.
Packers fans, your next quick trip run could score you the ultimate win. Cruising into tailgate season in a brand new Chevy Silverado RST, or blazing the trails on a new Polaris Sportsman 570, or grilling like an MVP with your new Pit Boss Ultimate Liftoff Griddle. Whoa, every dollar you spend at Quick Trip with Quick Rewards earns you a point in the Packers fan zone. So come in and get winning. No purchase necessary. Full details at quicktrip.com/sweepstakes.
Hi, this is Will Dunson with Dubuque Mattress. Why is a Dubuque Mattress customer a customer for life? It's simple. At Dubuque Mattress, the customer is number one, period. The customer's happiness is the most important thing. If there is anything I can do to help you sleep better, I will. Whether it's while you're looking at a new mattress, 6 months later, or 10 years after you've purchased from us, you are still number one.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
In game 9.
Start of the fourth quarter, Lancaster 20, Richland Center 19. 2nd and 7 for the Arrows. 3 receivers to the left side. Raggets dropping back to pass. Has some time. Now time running out. Flushed out of the pocket. Now swallowed up and tackled for a Sups.com sack at the 39-yard line. Called a loss of 4 yards on the play. Sets up 3rd and about 9 for the Arrows. Again, a 1-point lead.
At 43. They didn't start at the 43 there, did they? They're at the 41. It was only a 2-yard loss, I think.
But either way, 3rd and 7 now for the Arrows. Aiden Wilson, the receiver, to the left side. 3 receivers stacked tight to the right side of the formation. Raggets under center. Hankey in the backfield. Raggets fakes the pitch, now keeps it. Gets across the 40 to the 45. Still on his feet. And another surge. And I think he has enough for the first down.
Yeah, he wasn't going to take the chance of having the officials decide where to spot it. He got the first down by plenty, and he's up to midfield.
Toy Raggets with a gain of 11 on 3rd and 7. To move the sticks for another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down. Clare Bank with their 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin, proud to support our community events. Clare Bank, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Taylor Williams, Dane Kaufman stacked to the left side. Aiden Wilson, the receiver, to the right side. Toy Raggets under center. Gets a nice block on 1st and 10. Bounces it to the near side across the 45 to the 40 before being cut down out of bounds along the Lancaster sideline. They say he's tackled in bounds. And it's another first down for Lancaster as Toy Raggets with a couple big carries and carrying the offense for Lancaster to begin the 4th.
Gives him 65 yards rushing on 14 carries unofficially. Lancaster again trying to improve on that 1-point lead here with 10 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
Exactly 10 minutes remaining. Lancaster with a 1-point lead, 20-19. 3 receivers to the right side, 1 back in the backfield. That's Nolan Hinkey, and he gets the carry on 1st and 10. Hinkey cuts it back to the middle of the field, across the 30 to the 28-yard line. And we will see, does he have enough to move the sticks?
He's got 9 or 10. And 9.5.
9.5 will make it 2nd and half a yard to go. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. 2nd and 1. 2 receivers to the right. Aiden Wilson, the lone receiver, to the left. Nolan Hinkey in a 3-point stance, just a couple of yards behind Toy Raggets. Raggets takes the carry, gets a block from Hinkey on the far side, gets the first down, and is stopped at about the 25-yard line. Gain of 3. And another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down for Lancaster. The beat goes on for the offense. Under 9 minutes to play in the game. Play number 9 of the drive coming up here. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialist, the pros at Brian's, gets the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint in Lancaster. 3 receivers to the left side. That's Kaufman, Wilson, and Williams. Brody Krubel, the tight end, on the right side. Another give inside to Hankey. Hankey gets through the line of scrimmage, but a couple of Hornets there as he gets across the 25 to the 23. Gain of 2, maybe 3, depending on forward progress and the officials' spotting of the football. Looks like the 27. Or beg your pardon, the 23. Under 8 minutes to play in the game. Lancaster 20, Richland Center 19. 3 receivers to the left again. Cribble the tight end on the right side. Raggets with the snap. Fakes it inside. Now cuts across the 20-yard line, middle of the field. Still on his feet. Bouncing it to the far side. And an ankle tackle inside the 10 makes it 1st and goal. The Arrows are in the Bi-Tech green zone and threatening to score again. Leading 20-19 with 7:34 to go.
And another at the 6.
That would be my guess. Yep.
17-yard pickup.
This would be play number 12. Aiden Wilson, the wide receiver, to the right side. Dane Kaufman, Taylor Williams to the left. Toy Raggets under center. And he gives to Hankey, and Hankey gets it across the 5 to about the 3. Gets half the yardage they need for 6 points. 2nd and goal for the Arrows as we are under 7 minutes to play at 6:45. Clock continues to run. Lancaster with a 1-point lead.
Doing a job playing clean football here in the latter part of this drive. We had one of those things on this drive or not?
Not on this drive.
I don't like to jinx things, but here we are.
2 receivers stacked to the left, 1 to the right. And Ragatz is going to keep it, ducks his head, moves toward the goal line. Is he in? The official says no. Stop short of the goal line. The official standing about half a yard from the goal line. 3rd and goal for the Arrows, under 6 minutes to play on a drive that began with 1:55 left in the 3rd.
Arrows hoping this is a drive you can put a star next to when this one's all said and done, too.
Play number 14 of the drive. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ragatz under center on 3rd and goal from the 1. Ragatz gives inside to Hankey, and he surges forward across the goal line for a Northland Buildings touchdown. Nolan Hankey with the exclamation point at the end of a long sustained drive for the Arrows to stretch the lead 26-19 with 5:21 to play in the game. What a drive by the Arrows.
Clean the game up by avoiding the F word on that drive. No flags.
Second touchdown run for Nolan Hankey on the game. Both coming in the second half, and the Arrows are going to spend a timeout to discuss what they want to do for the 2-point conversion. Again, 5:21 remaining in the game, 26-19. Lancaster now in front.
Well, obviously kick one and get the 8-point lead, or try for 2 and make it a 2-possession ball game. I like the aggressive state of mind, but again, we shall see.
Yeah, almost a 9-minute drive for the Arrows on 14 plays to make it an 8-point lead, or a 7-point lead, beg your pardon.
I say we haven't had a 3 and out since the opening possession, have we?
We have not.
Nobody's been stopping anybody real well or with any real consistency. The offense has done a good job moving the ball consistently, despite, again, the amount of flags we've seen in this one. We've lost count. It's been that bad.
2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. The tight end Krubel tight to the left side of the formation as well in the 2-point conversion. Ragatz under center. And Ragatz drops the snap and throws it to the corner in the end zone, and that is picked off and taken out of bounds. So the 2-point conversion no good, and the score remains 26-19 with 5:21 to play in the contest.
You didn't believe we were going to be drama-free for the last 5:21, did you?
I did not.
Shoebox scoreboard update. Belleville leads Cuba City 19-10, end of 3.
That game over on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Our game tonight brought to you by Laley Center Monroe. Call your local dairy automation specialist Jordan Wilson at Laley Center Monroe. West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. And by the dental office located in Lancaster, the dental office is a trusted name for high-quality family dental care, proud to be the provider of dentistry in Lancaster.
You mentioned Laley Center Monroe. We welcome them aboard the broadcast, and them and H&N Plumbing and Heating, our title sponsors on our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel for the high school season 25-26. Great to have them aboard. We appreciate their support.
Absolutely. 5:21 remaining, 26-19. Lancaster leading Richland Center, opening week of conference play, week number 3 of the high school football season. Nettie Chapua gets the kickoff underway, and this will be fielded inside the 10. This is brought out across the 30 on the far side, 40 to the 50, and taken down just shy of the Lancaster 40-yard line. There are Pink's penalty flags on the field, I think.
Oh, there are. There's at least one.
And it's a hold against Richland Center. So it'll be 10 yards from the spot. It's just where did it occur?
We have a player down on the field.
Yeah, an injured Hornet on the far side. I believe that was the returner.
I believe it was Brenton Baker, the returner, and if that's him, that's down. That's a big receiving threat. He's had a big game for Richland Center here tonight.
Under 10 minutes to go in Prairie du Chien, the shoebox scoreboard. The Blackhawks leading the Platteville Hillmen 35-28. Back and forth contest there on X1071 and X1071.com tonight from Prairie du Chien. Here we're on 97.7 Country, WGLR, Lancaster, WGLR.com, and our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
After the Pinks penalty, Richland Center has the football at their own 40-yard line on the far side hash mark with 5:10 to play in the game. Lancaster 26, Richland Center 19. Richland Center looking to tie or potentially take the lead if they score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion. Lancaster trying to hold strong and extend their winning streak over Richland Center to 19 years. And a fumble off the handoff and a scramble for the football in the backfield, and I believe Richland Center got it back.
I didn't see an indication. Now we have, okay. Because that was close.
That was very, very close. Loss of 4 on the fumble. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line. Far side hash mark. Community First Bank. Freeing the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com. Member FDIC. Also by Rural Mutual Agents John Regetz and Deneen Dahl with Regetz & Dahl Insurance Group. Tackling all of your farm, personal, business, and life insurance needs. Call them at their office in Lancaster. 4:25 and counting. 26-19. Lancaster leading Richland Center. 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. As Jaden Shep lines up in the shotgun all alone, and a timeout taken by Richland Center. That's their first timeout, both teams with 2 timeouts remaining. 4:15 remaining. Lancaster 26, Richland Center 19. Tonight's game brought to you by Mountain City Bank. Their total line of credit allows you to use the equity in your home to do the things you want. Stop at Mountain City Bank to apply. Offer subject to approval. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Learn more at MountainCityBank.com.
The Brewers win 5-2 in Pittsburgh. They maintain a 5.5 game lead over the Cubs in the Central and maintain baseball's best record.
Go Brewers.
Indeed. August was something like a lot of us have never seen.
Right. Well, if the Brewers can keep the momentum going, clinch that 1 seed.
I don't like a break that long, but this might be the kind of team that can handle it too with their offensive approach. We know their pitching needs a break.
Yes, definitely.
But everybody just does this time of year. 4:15 to go here from Lancaster High School. 26-19. The Arrows lead Richland Center, and the Hornets 2nd and 14 on their own 36.
3 receivers to the right side, 1 to the left. Jaden Shep out of the shotgun. Shep takes a snap, dropping back to pass. Pressure coming from the left side. Now decides to move away. Loses the football. Scramble for the ball. Who has it?
I think Shep got it back.
And Shep did get it back, and the Arrows are quickly calling for a trainer for an injured player.
That's Brady Muldoon, I believe.
And he had just come back from another injury, too. As the Lancaster fans starting to hold their breath now as he is in tremendous pain at the Richland Center 35-yard line.
Yeah, your teammate calling for the medical staff over there right away. They're tending to him as a hush comes over the crowd here. Certainly hope he's all right.
Yeah, Brady Muldoon missed last week's game. but was able to come back this week, and it appears to be a leg injury of some sort.
In 4:02 remaining, Lancaster a 26-19 lead. The shoebox scoreboard latest that we have, Prairie du Chien 35-28, leading Platteville. Less 10 minutes to go in the third in that report. Fenimore leading East Dubuque Southwestern East Dubuque 35-6 after 3 quarters. So Fenimore coming off their tight win at River Ridge, taking care of business down at Hazel Green tonight. Belleville leading Cuba City at the end of the third quarter, 19-10. And the last check-in from River Ridge, Blackhawk Warren leading the Timberwolves. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Again, a last report on that game.
Tonight's game brought to you by McNett Electric in Belmont. They can assist with all of your electrical needs. Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you with your agricultural, business, and commercial needs. McNett Electric in Belmont. Also by Reckler Insurance Group for all of your insurance needs. See Steve Lindeski at Reckler Insurance in Fenimore. Reckler Insurance serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. And now a couple of Lancaster players coming from the sideline to
That's a good sign.
help Brady Muldoon to his feet. Coach Jordan Rolland also.
You don't like that he needs the aid, but you're glad it's a couple of teammates that
Right.
are allowed to do it.
The staff helps him to his feet, and a couple of teammates will bring him back to the Lancaster sideline. Brady Muldoon, a junior on the team.
He's got the left ankle wrapped, ankle, foot, lower leg, and that seems to be what he's favoring, is the injured lower left leg.
I'm struggling to put some weight on that, so
Brady, a junior and two-way player. And as it often is in high school football, next man up for the Arrows.
and when we resume, it's going to be third down and very long for Richland Center. The football is at the 34-yard line. They have to get to midfield for Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down with 4:02 to play, 26-19. Lancaster on top. As we try and get some energy back here at Lancaster High School to finish what's been a messy but tight ball game between these two teams. Richland Center quickly to the line of scrimmage. Jaden Shep out of the pistol, drops back to pass, looking to his right, flushed out of the pocket, now scrambles back left, going to fire a pass down to the far sideline. Pass is caught. Was he in bounds?
That's a great catch.
It's a great catch, and they do rule it a catch. He had 1 foot in bounds. That is enough for a first down.
Needed 16, got 17.
To the 49-yard line, right at the first down marker. What a catch.
Who's on that reception?
I believe that was Fingerson,
Thank you.
the tight end. One receiver to the right, two backs in the backfield. Jaden Shep going to give to Dosh in the backfield. Dosh has some blockers on the near side across the 45 to the 40, angling towards the 35, knocked out of bounds, shy of the 30-yard line. And now, just like that, the Hornets bringing the offense. Say he stepped out at the 33-yard line, gain of 13. .335 left, 26-19. Lancaster in the lead. But Richland Center with a couple big plays, converting a big third down and another Sullivan Auctioneers Big Iron Realty first down on the near side hash mark at the 33-yard line. Jaden Shep out of the pistol. Two backs, one to each side, and a wing back to the right side of the formation. Shep takes a snap. And a give inside to Dosh. And knocked down across the 30 to about the 29-yard line.
And Dane Kaufman cut him down. A pile up on the interior.
Ball's at the 29. Play number 6 of this drive coming up for Richland Center. This is only their second drive of the second half. Scored on a 7-play drive on their previous drive as Fingerson hauled in a 27-yard touchdown pass from Jaden Shep. 2:55 and counting.
Dash to 100 yards on 14 carries after that one.
One receiver to each side of the formation, one back to each side of Jordan Shep out of the pistol. Now the right side running back goes to the right side of the formation. Shep fakes inside, tried to bounce it left, got through the initial contact, and falls forward after a gain of a couple. We'll say the 27-yard line, gain of 2. Brings up third down and about 5, maybe 6 to go. Closing in on 2 minutes remaining of the game. 26-19, Lancaster on top. Lancaster trying to hang on. Richland Center trying to get a touchdown and an extra point to tie. A touchdown on a 2-point conversion for the go-ahead lead. Shep rolling left after the play fake. Fires a rainbow pass to the far side of the field, and it is going to be incomplete. I believe it was Fingerson again, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down and 5 at the 27-yard line. And a timeout taken by Richland Center. They have one timeout remaining with 1:49 to play. 26-19. Lancaster on top. And this will decide the game, RJ.
Shoebox scoreboard update coming up too here. They're at overtime in River Ridge. Time to 22, River Ridge and Blackhawk Warren.
River Ridge trying to recover from the setback. Losing to Fenimore last week. You got to see that one. Looking forward to seeing River Ridge next week against Potosi-Cassville. Monster matchup in Potosi between the two rival programs. But 4th and 5 here. Richland Center with the football at the Lancaster 27-yard line. They have to get across the 22-yard line for a Sullivan Auctioneers and Big Iron Realty first down. If Richland Center doesn't convert, Richland Center only has one timeout in their back pocket.
Again, Lancaster without Brady Muldoon on that front line too. He came off earlier this series.
Ball spotted in the middle of the field, coming out of the Richland Center timeout. 4th and 5 at the 27. High formation look. A wing back to the right side of the formation as well. And a Pinks penalty flag, and
offsides,
someone from Lancaster jumped.
Yeah, showing blitz and showing a little too much of it.
Now the question is, how far
was that? A true 5 yards? Yeah. It's going to move the chains.
Oh, my goodness. A true 5-yard penalty and a drive extending penalty for Richland Center. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line. A fresh set of downs. 1:49 and one timeout. Lancaster has 2 in their back pocket if they need them.
Eisen Switchenberg runs the play in for Richland Center, and they're set. He's wide out to the left side. 2 there and 2 to the right.
Pistol look again for Jaden Shep. One back in the backfield, that's Dosh. And a Pinks penalty flag before the snap, and another in the secondary, and I think this one's for the same thing. It's a false start against Richland Center. Back them up 5 to the 27.
Who wants it least?
So 1st and 15. After the Pinks penalty, we're still at 1:49 to play, 26-19. Lancaster on top. Richland Center trying to put it in the end zone. 2 receivers to each side of the formation again. Out of the pistol. Shep with the snap. Option play, bounces it to the left side. He decides to keep it, and he is tackled by Preston Clements on the far side of the field. Clock continues to run. We're under a minute 40. And it's a gain of about 3, 2nd and 12. As the football just across the 25 to about the 24. Play number 9 of the drive. Minute 15 left. Clock now the enemy for Richland Center. Everyone's tight at the line of scrimmage. Jaden Shep out of the pistol. And a pitch out to Dosh. Dosh trying to bounce it to the right side. Has an angle and gets across the 15. Player knocked out of bounds, and a Pinks penalty flag for a late hit.
Yeah, late tackle on the play. Nolan Hankey came in. I know you're trying to finish what you do, but you're far enough out of being in bounds. That can't happen.
No. Where Dosh went down, he was tackled near the track.
Yeah, that was the dangerous part of it. Not so much being tackled that long after you're out of bounds, but single-digit feet from the track.
So the gain plus the penalty puts the football at the 8-yard line in the Bitech green zone. And more importantly for Richland Center, the clock is stopped with under a minute to play. 58.8 seconds on the clock. Ball on the near side hash mark. One receiver wide out to the left. That's Brenton Baker. I formation look. Jaden Shep under center. Shep takes a snap. Gets to the deep back and gets across the 5 to about the 3. Clock continues to run. Under 50 seconds to play. Richland Center with 1 timeout. Lancaster with 2.
Down to the 5.
Crowd comes to its feet. Dosh dots the I. Jaden Shep fakes, rolls right, has time, now bounces it to the left, gets away from one defender, still on his feet, escapes another, tosses to the end zone. It is caught for the touchdown. Believe that was Brenton Baker who caught it in the corner of the end zone.
It was, yep.
With 17.6 seconds remaining on the clock, 26-25, Lancaster in front, and now decision time for Richland Center. Do you go for the extra point to try and tie it, or do you go for the lead in the 2-point conversion? Man, oh man, do we have drama in Lancaster.
Well, you're on the road. You've got the momentum. Win on the road, right?
For Richland Center, it's been 18 years since they've beaten the Arrows, and they've got Lancaster on the ropes.
Well, I say the winner or the loser in this game can look back to multiple places.
Oh, my goodness.
Where things could have been done better for a better outcome. It's a week 3 game, but it resembles week 1.
No kidding.
And in a lot of ways resembles the scrimmage, too. And that's not a knock. That's just where these teams are developmentally right now, and you're still a lot of room for improvement in week 3. Most teams are. All teams are.
There is a timeout on the field. I don't know who took it, as the scoreboard still shows Lancaster with 2 and Richland Center with 1. I believe Lancaster took the timeout to get their defense on. And Richland Center comes out to the field. And they're going to line up for 2. They're going to go for the win. Here's the 2-point conversion. Jaden Shep under center. I formation look. One receiver wide to the right side. They give to Dosh, and Dosh finds his hole, and he gets into the end zone for the 2-point conversion.
Flag on the far side of the field. Far side official with the flag.
The question is before or after the score. A huge, potentially Pink's penalty.
Richland Center celebrating. It looks to be against the Arrows. Touchdown is good. Or the 2-point conversion, rather, is good. Unsportsmanlike after.
So Richland Center gets the 2-point conversion and the 1-point lead with 17.6 seconds remaining in the game.
Must be getting verbal out there. I'm not seeing a lot of physicality extra chippy except for, I don't know, you've got the hard tackles, the late tackles. I don't think anything seemed dirty from up here, but again, their eyes and ears are down there, are the officials. Big score there, like you said, for center, and Lancaster 17.6 seconds to answer and try to keep the streak against the Hornets alive. And well, that Richland center sideline is absolutely fired up.
Both teams had 2 drives in the second half. It was a 1-point margin at the half in favor of Richland Center. It's a 1-point advantage for Richland Center now with 17.6 seconds left. And the Pinks penalty moves the kickoff to the Richland Center 25-yard line.
Yeah, so it was against the Hornets.
Yep, Brady Schmitz back deep to return for Lancaster. And it's Leif Morris set to kick it away. And this is going to be a squib kick, will be fielded at the 45-yard line. Bring it across the 50 and taken down at the Lancaster 48-yard line. As that was Dane Kaufman able to bring it back. 12.4 seconds left. Lancaster does have 2 timeouts. But now, if you've got something in your back pocket that you've worked on the first 3 weeks of the season, now's the time to bring it out.
Yeah, almost as important in this game as executing something you do well cleanly.
Lancaster with the football, trailing Richland Center 27-26. Arrows with the football in Richland Center territory at the 48. Ball spotted in the middle of the field, 3 receivers to the right side. Richland Center going with a prevent defense look. Raggets dropping back to pass. Rolling right, and he is swallowed up and taken down for a Subs.com sack. Ball is loose, and Lancaster calling timeout. Clock is stopped with 4.5, and now Richland Center says they've
got
the
football. Officials indicate that, and that's going to be the game.
I thought the play was stopped because the official on the Lancaster side had blown the play dead, signaling to stop the clock.
And now the officials will get together. I thought he was down at about 5 seconds and change. But after that point, once the clock had stopped, it was indicated that there was a loose ball, and then they said Richland Center has it.
And now the question is, if it is Lancaster ball, how much time is on the clock?
I think they've got an extra second from where they're at now, so they've got time for a play. And there is no indication of anything different than what was indicated on the field before. It's going to be Richland Center ball, and they can victory formation.
And now Lancaster does call timeout. It is Lancaster ball.
Well, they haven't. Did they change that?
Yeah, they must have.
They haven't moved the down. Yeah, the down. It's 2nd and 12 from the 50.
Toy Raggets has a cannon of an arm, so he can get it to the end zone for a Hail Mary attempt.
Well, they've got a Richland Center a little over celebratory right now.
Yep.
They might be ripe for what Lancaster has up their sleeve. We'll find out together. They leave 4.5 seconds is what they've got on the clock. That has not changed, so 1 play for the Arrows most likely.
4.5 on the clock, 27-26. Richland Center trying to hang on and upset the Arrows.
6 backs deep.
And it's a high snap. Dragons able to keep it. Loads up, fires downfield. Jump ball in the end zone. It's incomplete, and Richland Center stuns Lancaster 27-26.
Quite a ball game. Like I said moments ago, Lancaster has plenty they can look at that they can improve on. Would have been a different outcome. And if Richland Center had been the wrong end of the stick, same thing there. It was not a clean game. There was a lot of poor execution on both sides. And Richland Center earned a very tough road win in a place they haven't won in a long, long time.
Richland Center improves to 2-1. They go 1-0 in the SWC. And they will take on New Glarus at home next week. As for Lancaster, they go to 2-1. Overall, 0-1 in the SWC, and they head to Platteville next week. We'll have that game right here on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and WGLR.com. Man, oh man, what a finish here in Lancaster. The final score, Richland Center 27, Lancaster 26. Richland Center gets the first win over Lancaster in 18 years. Coming up next, our Results Management at Edward Jones postgame show. We have our Hermses Ace Hardware MVP, the Les Mack drive of the game, our Tri-Core turning point, and the West End Salvage scrapper of the game. All that straight ahead on our postgame show on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 10.
With Progressive's Home Quote Explorer, you can easily find the right home insurance for you, even if it's not with Progressive. But if you don't choose us, then sure, okay, it's not going to work out. We're not going to cry about it or stay awake wondering what our future together would have looked like. We can't get emotionally invested, even if it sounds like we are. Progressive's Home Quote Explorer allows you to easily compare home insurance rates and coverages in one place, even if it's not with us. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy. I love you. I shouldn't have said that.
With other language learning apps, I was just playing games. I wasn't really learning. Babbel's different.
Babbel was designed by over 200 language learning experts to be the most effective way to learn another language.
Every time I open the app, I can choose to work on my writing, speaking, or listening. And it saves my mistakes for me to review, so I'm constantly improving. Before Babbel, I thought I just wasn't good with languages. But now I'm speaking French. Tout ça, c'est grâce à Babbel.
Save up to 50% on your Babbel subscription when you sign up at Babbel.com. BABBEL.com.
In game 10.
Richland Center takes down Lancaster 27-26 in a thrilling end in the opening week of conference play in the SWC. Coming up next, the Results Management at Edward Jones postgame show. We'll also have the Hermses Ace Hardware MVP, the Les Mack drive of the game, our Tri-Core turning point, and the West End Salvage scrapper of the game. Postgame show coming up next on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Postgame 4 minutes.
I'm here today with Nick Heston from Anderson Weber Toyota in Dubuque. Nick, it seems like hybrids are dominating the roads, but there aren't many charging locations in Dubuque.
Agreed. Luckily, Toyota hybrids don't require plug-in charging. The Toyota hybrid system is built to charge while the vehicle is being driven, so there is no need for plug-in charging.
That's awesome. But what about the battery life? Should people be worried about its longevity?
Not at all. Toyota has sold over 5 million hybrids in the last 25 years. Plus, their battery warranty covers you for 10 years or 150,000 miles.
How does regular maintenance on a hybrid compare to a gas model?
Toyota hybrid vehicles require the same maintenance as gas-powered models and oftentimes even less. For example, the hybrid model's regenerative braking charges the battery while slowing down the vehicle, increasing the life of the vehicle's brake pads.
Wow, it seems like there's a lot of benefits in choosing a hybrid Toyota. Visit Anderson Weber in Dubuque to learn more and take a test drive today.
When it comes to protecting your home, your roof is your first line of defense. For trusted local roofing expertise, turn to Midwest Roofing and Construction. They're dedicated to providing quality roofing services from minor repairs to complete replacements all year long. Count on their experienced team for reliable workmanship. Call for a free estimate at 1-800-551-8251. That's 1-800-551-8251. Midwest Roofing and Construction, your local roofing pros.
Hey, Wisconsin, it's construction season, and the Wisconsin DOT wants to help you safely navigate work zones in your area. Check 511wi.gov or download the free 511 app to see current road work, closures, detours, and camera views on your route. Wherever your travels take you, know before you go with 511wi.gov. That's 511wi.gov. And remember, know before you go. Always park the phone while driving. Sponsored by the Wisconsin DOT.
What happened to customer service? You're expected to check yourself out at the store, you're expected to pay 3% extra to use credit cards, and you're expected to unbox your own mattress and set it up yourself. Well, not at Dubuque Mattress. Hi, this is Doug Dolter with Dubuque Mattress. At Dubuque Mattress, customer service is alive and well. When you buy a mattress from us, we take care of everything. We deliver, set up, and get rid of the old mattress for you. We don't charge for using credit cards, and we offer free financing. Dubuque Mattress, for the rest of your life.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Did you know your sandwich could help your school? With Loaves for Learning, every UPC from Country Hearth and Village Hearth products is worth 5 cents for your school. Collect UPCs and your school could earn up to $10,000 this year just by eating what your family already loves. Sandwiches made on Country Hearth and Village Hearth breads, fuel for your kids and their school. That's lunch money reimagined. Visit loavesforlearning.com for more info.
This is Brady Vondra from Vondra Ag Service, inviting you and your family to Platteville Dairy Days.
Boogie your way to Platteville Dairy Days, staying alive in 2025, September 5th through the 7th. The fun includes animals, rides, a flea market, tractor pull, dairy show, parade, and hypnotist Brian Imbus, plus delicious food and beverages. Bring your whole crew to Legion Park for great memories at Platteville Dairy Days.
This message is from your friends and neighbors at Vondra Ag Service in Platteville and Livingston.
This update sponsored by UW Credit Union. For every stage of life, UW Credit Union is here for every you.
Be one of the first 30,000 ticketed fans through the gates at the Brewers game on Saturday, September 27th to collect the one-of-a-kind Brewers tumbler, courtesy of Quick Trip. Grab your seats today at brewers.com/giveaways.
Join UW Credit Union at uwcu.org, insured by NCUA.
Your high school postgame show is brought to you by Elena and Ben Reeves at Edward Jones, a financial service firm serving individuals and business owners.
Is your money working as hard as it should be? This is Elena Reeves with Edward Jones. If you want to provide for your children's education, reduce your tax bill, or prepare for a comfortable retirement, we need to talk. Today, more than ever, your financial security deserves the attention of full-time financial advisors. Take advantage of our years of experience. Contact financial advisors Elena or Ben Reeves at 608-348-2441 or stop by our office on Highways 80 and 81 in Platteville next to Sups Nutrition. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Time now for the Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones postgame show on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Richland Center stuns Lancaster 27-26. The first victory for Richland Center over Lancaster in 18 years. Tyler Dictanis and RJ Osterhaus with you with the best seat in the house in the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Let's recap the scoring in this game, as this was as nip and tuck back and forth as you could possibly have. The first drive of the game for Richland Center went 5 plays before they had to punt the ball away, and then Lancaster would score the first points of the game. A 2-yard touchdown run for Toy Raggets. Extra point was no good, or the 2-point conversion was no good, and we were at 6-0 with 4:54 to go in the first quarter. Richland Center would respond with a 9-play drive of their own, resulting in an 8-yard touchdown run for quarterback Jaden Shep. The extra point was good. 7-6 was the score, and that was the score at the end of the first quarter. Lancaster went on an 11-play drive that bridged the first and second quarters, turned it over on downs at the Richland Center 8-yard line. The very next play, Richland Center throws a pick six to Jackson Seipel, bringing it across the goal line, giving Lancaster the lead 12-7 after the 2-point conversion was no good. Richland Center would then respond with a touchdown drive after 4 plays, an 18-yard touchdown run for Brady Dosh. and the extra point was missed. Richland Center led 13-12, and that was our halftime score. Lancaster received the second half kickoff, went on a 9-play drive, resulting in a Nolan Hankey 3-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion was made by Dane Kaufman to make it 20-13. Richland Center would take over with 6:20 to play in the third quarter. They would go on a 7-play drive, resulting in a 27-yard touchdown pass from Jaden Shep to the tight end, number 24, Liam Fingerson. The extra point was missed wide right, and Lancaster led 20-19. Lancaster would then go on a 14-play drive that bridged the third and fourth quarters. Nolan Hankey scored on a 1-yard touchdown run to make the score 26-19. Richland Center took over with 5:10 remaining in the fourth quarter. They went on an 11-play drive that resulted in a Brenton Baker touchdown reception from 5 yards out to make it a 1-point game, and then Brady Dosh cashed in on the 2-point conversion to give Richland Center a 27-26 lead with 12 seconds to play in the game. Lancaster took over at the Richland Center 48-yard line after the personal foul penalty gave Lancaster good field position on the kickoff, but a last-second heave from Toy Raggets to the back of the end zone gets deflected out of bounds, and Richland Center throws a complete wrinkle in the SWC in week 1 of conference play, coming away with a 27-26 win over the Lancaster Flying Arrows here tonight. RJ, what a heck of a football game we just saw here tonight.
It was a battle. It was a battle. It was a struggle for both teams at times. Both teams enjoyed success. Both teams shot themselves in the foot a little bit. And like I say, it's one of those where you're going to have winner at the end of the day. Both teams have a ton to improve on going into next week. I've never seen that many penalties thrown in a high school game.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that they weren't all justified, because from where we sit, they sure must have been.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see a lot of argument from the coaching staffs about them. But it's, a lot to clean up. And it's, a huge win for the Richland Center program in general. Gets their momentum going into their game against New Glarus next week. Lancaster, they get Platteville next, another rivalry game for them. And Platteville coming off a loss at Prairie du Chien tonight, 42-41, a Platteville 2-point conversion try with 2 minutes left in the game. Failed. So everybody trying to bounce back next week between Lancaster and Platteville. And for the Arrows team, a young team, the name of the game is improvement. All right? You want to win at the end of the day. It's a prideful program. These kids, this coaching staff, they're not going to take a loss like this laying down. It's back to work, whether it's film or wherever they get back into the film room, weight room, practice field. They're back at it probably Monday. And, trying to get better.
Yep, definitely. And you felt coming into this game, and at least calling the first 2 games for Lancaster, there was such a drastic improvement from week 1 to week 2 with the number of fumbled footballs and stuff like that. In week 1, the ball was on the ground quite a bit as Toy Raggets and Nolan Hankey couldn't quite get the option stuff figured out, but they cleaned that up last week against Cuba City. Felt like the momentum was on their way, and I don't know if it's necessarily a game that maybe Lancaster overlooked Richland Center a little bit, but, penalties on both sides, a number of miscues by both teams, and for Richland Center, give them credit. They had one more play over Lancaster here tonight, and what a heck of a performance by Dosh, the running back, Jaden Shep, the junior quarterback in his second year starting. Good job orchestrating the offense. Both teams really only had 2 possessions in the second half. They were long, sustained drives. The defenses really couldn't get off the field, and, just a battle, as you said, RJ. There's really no other way to describe it. Just one heck of a football game and a heck of a finish.
And a majority of both teams playing both ways. You've seen more and more as the rosters get smaller over the years. And it's some of the old school, and I covered a lot of Six Rivers back in the day, that old school smash mouth. Six Rivers, battle, survive, and somebody comes out of the cloud of dust, with the victory. And this game seemed a lot like that.
Yeah, very much. A very physical football game, and a game won in the trenches by far. And My goodness, what a heck of a game we saw here this evening. We'll take a timeout and we'll come back with our Hermson's Ace Hardware MVP, the Les Mack drive of the game, our Tri-Core turning points, and the West End Salvage scrapper of the game as the Reeves Wealth Management at Edward Jones postgame show wraps up after this on 97.7 Country, WGLR, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Postgame 1 minute.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the final days of Sleep Number's biggest sale of the year. All beds on sale. Up to 50% off the limited edition smart bed. Ends Monday. All Sleep Number smart beds offer temperature solutions for your best sleep. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
Postgame 1 minute.
The Reeves Wealth Management and Edward Jones postgame show continues on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Richland Center upsetting Lancaster tonight 27-26 to open up SWC conference play. Tyler Dictanis and RJ Osterhaus with you from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. RJ, let's run down the stats for the players individually here this evening and weave some of our postgame awards as well.
For the Arrows in their losing effort tonight, passing, Toy Raggett's 6 of 10 for 105 yards. His top targets, 2 catches apiece for Taylor Williams and Dane Kaufman. Williams, a couple catches for 20. Kaufman, a couple of catches for 14. Aiden Wilson, big catch for 42 yards. And I had Hankey for a 29-yard reception. Again, these numbers unofficial. Rushing the football. Leading the way for Lancaster, Nolan Hankey with 21 carries and 121 yards. I like him for our scrapper of the game.
I do too.
So we'll go with that. Nolan Hankey, West End Salvage scrapper of the game, awarded to the player whose scrappiness and hustle were showcased when attempting to lay the opponent to waste. Also rushing the ball, Toy Raggett's. And I had him for 87 yards on 17 carries, a touchdown included. Hankey had 2 touchdowns included in his line. 1 of 3 yards, 1 of 1 yard. Arrows did a job getting down to the line and then punching it in once they got there. Those are the numbers for the Arrows. For Richland Center, quarterback Jaden Shep, 6 of 8, 117 yards and 2 touchdowns, 1 of 27 yards, 1 of 5 yards. And a pair of receivers with 3 catches apiece. Baker, 3 catches, including a 5-yard touchdown catch. And Fingerson, 3 receptions, including a 27-yard touchdown catch. Rushing the football, Brady Dosh, 17 carries, 121 yards. So I had the backs each. These numbers unofficial, but real close on the total yards and at least 4 carries or so, less than a handful of carries separating from each other. I like Dosh for MVP. Simply, I could flip-flop them because of they're on the winning and losing teams for crying out loud. So our Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center and Hermson's Ace Hardware bottom of the main Platteville MVP is Brady Dosh of the Richland Center Hornets, getting that 18-year-old monkey off their back here in Lancaster tonight. Jaden Shep rushing, 9 carries, 62 yards. A carry for 11 yards for Tate Perkins. Benton Baker, I had a carry for a -1 yard. And it was the workhorses working for both these teams tonight.
Yeah, no kidding.
And working against all kinds of adversity, too. So those are your numbers unofficially here. Again, we lost track of penalties a long ago.
Yeah.
Somebody can go back and count. That'd be a good contest.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see the stats of that on Bound to Wisconsin once the stats are uploaded, assuming that someone's been tallying those up, because not only were the penalties, in abundance, but the timing of the penalties, eliminating some big plays for both teams. So it's kind of hard to gauge, really just how successful this night really could have been for either team. But, when it's happening on both sides, it kind of equalizes things. And as we said, give Richland Center a ton of credit. They made one more play than Lancaster tonight, and it comes away with a 1-point win for the Hornets here tonight. So we talked about the West End Salvage scrapper of the game. It's the player whose hustle and scrappiness stood out and trying to lay the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage of Lancaster. That was Nolan Hankey for the Flying Arrows. And then the Herms's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Herms's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. MVP is Jordan Shep or Brady Dosh of.
I said Dosh with apologies to Shep.
Yep. And Herms's Ace Hardware will be the MVP of your next project for your home. Go to Herms's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. The drive of the game presented by Les Mack Automotive in Lancaster. Whether it's Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, or Ford, you can count on over 50 years of trusted hometown service, because at Les Mack you always get more from Les. We could also bunch that with the Tri-Core Turning Point, the last drive of the game for Richland Center, taking over with 5:10 left to play in the game. You're down 26-19. You were backed up. You had a big 3rd and long. They convert the 3rd and long by 1 yard, and then you get down to 4th and 5. You draw Lancaster off sides for the 5-yard penalty to get a fresh set of downs, and that helped give Richland Center the touchdown to bring it within 1, and then the 2-point conversion by Dosh to give Richland Center the lead and the win.
The longer this game went on, the more we knew that both the Les Mack drive of the game and the Tri-Core Turning Point would be the final scoring drive of this ballgame for whichever team happened to punch it in, and it was Richland Center on this night.
Yep, so that drive was an 11-play drive that resulted in the Brenton Baker touchdown reception from 5 yards out. And then, of course, Dosh scoring the 2-point conversion, made a nice jump cut at the line of scrimmage, found a hole, and brought it in for 2. And Richland Center, as you said, RJ, gets that 18-year monkey off their back. They defeat Lancaster for the first time in 18 years in what was, as you said, an outstanding battle between two SWC programs tonight.
Yep, chance to bounce back for the Arrows next week, and a chance for the Platteville Hillmen to try to bounce back too. Should be a great contest coming up here on 97.7 Country WGLR, WGLR.com, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, part of our coverage next week. Along, like you said too, River Ridge and Potosi-Cassville. I don't score on Potosi-Cassville tonight. River Ridge falling in overtime to Blackhawk, which, look at some of these scores in the area. It screams to a lot of parity in southwest Wisconsin for some of these teams, and I said it last week. Some of these wins and losses, the way they go, it can kind of change your season based on how you react to it. A win can springboard you. You can't let that loss destroy you if it's tight, because you got to find a way to bounce back and get better and get the W the following week.
Yep, I did see that Potosi-Cassville was leading Riverdale 45-7 with 4 minutes left in the third. So I assume that Potosi-Cassville came away with that win handily. And as you said, Lancaster taking on Platteville next week right here on 97.7 Country WGLR. We have Potosi-Cassville hosting River Ridge on X1071 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Cuba City also in action next week, and I just lost who they were playing. While we look that up, we'll get you that schedule there. We also have Tuesday Night Volleyball coming up on Tuesday with Schulzberg at Belmont right here on 97.7 Country WGLR and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
I'll get to the shoebox scoreboard while you find that schedule. Deal?
That works for me.
Fenimore has defeated Southwestern East Dubuque, palindrome score, 41-14. So the Golden Eagles win again. They're 3-0. Ithaca holds on to a 26-21 win over Hillsborough. Blackhawk in overtime at Patch Grove wins 30-22. They scored first in overtime. River Ridge then was intercepted as Blackhawk sealed the victory in Patch Grove. Prairie du Chien defeats Platteville 42-41. A Platteville 2-point try with 2 minutes left in the game failed. That final, and Belleville over Cuba City tonight, 26-10. So those are the scores on the shoebox scoreboard. The shoebox in Black Earth, is the largest independent shoe store in the Midwest.
And they measure both feet.
They do measure both feet.
And at Cuba City next week, they are at Mineral Point. We'll have that game on Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. And bonus football on Saturday, Boscobel at Blackhawk Warren on X1071. Kickoff for that is at 2 o'clock. Raleigh Chiefs pregame set for 1:30. And that'll put a bow on our broadcast tonight. Thanks, RJ, for joining me on the broadcast here tonight. Only the second time we've gotten to call football together, and boy, this was a fun football game to call.
Yes, indeed. My pleasure. I appreciate you having me.
Yep, absolutely. Thanks to both head coaches, Jordan Rolland of Lancaster and Andrew Troxel of Richland Center, for the pregame interviews, stats, and information. We had to tell you the story about both these teams here tonight. Thanks to all our sponsors who help us bring high school sports to you, and thank you for listening and watching along. This has been Grant Regional Health Center and People State Bank coverage of high school football presented by Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental, and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors on 97.7 Country, WGLR FM Lancaster, and on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel powered by H&M Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical, and Laley Center, Monroe. Once again, your final score, Richland Center upsets Lancaster 27-26. Lancaster drops to 2-1. They take on Platteville next week. And Richland Center improves to 2-1. They host New Glarus 1 week from tonight. From the best seat in the house, the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth for RJ, I'm Tyler Dictanis. Thanks so much for joining us. Good night from Lancaster, and we'll see you next week for more high school sports action. Good night, everyone.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.
The Tri-State's best variety of country. 97.7 Country, WGLR-FM. Lancaster. Serving Platteville, Dubuque, Galena, and beyond. On WGLR.com. A Queen Bee radio station.